So let's see what we got here. Alrighty, welcome to the first game between Villese and Slam. A very important game for both of them, because whoever wins this game will be continuing in the King of the Desert 4 tournament hosted by Mem, and the person that loses, unfortunately, will be out of the tournament definitively after losing two of their group stage games. So no pressure. The stakes are quite high for this one. So we have Villese in the blue. He's playing as the Lithuanians. I like that. But Slam has gone for Huns here with his first pick, and that is very nice for Slam because Slam has Huns. Villese has Berbers in his draft, so being able to pick Huns here and not have to worry about the Berbers who can literally counter everything you can do, kind of nice. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Now you can actually play the civilization like it was supposed to be played. So yeah, no, this is gonna be an interesting matchup. Now Slam always has the possibility to go for cheap cavalry archers, but Villese, of course, has great skirmishers to deal with that. You get all the armor upgrades. You can get tower shields as well, which will give them extra armor as well. And then they're also speedy, fast. They can keep up a little bit with cavalry archers, so that's good. In any case, as we have Slam bringing in one of his goats, that was undoubtedly scouting around as well. Both players are scouting around their bases, and then let's have a look at their base, shall we? So we'll start with Slam here on the right. I usually start on the right, anyways. We got so we got back wood lines, and most of them are actually trash wood lines. Look at that. Like half of them have a pond generated in them. It's always a possibility. These wood lines are at least decent for wood lines that are around ponds. You know, some of them are really strung out and kind of slivers of wood, kind of like that, which is not ideal. Also hard to wall with as well. But all these wood lines are in the back, so Slam's front base is completely open, and there you have it, berries at the bottom of a giant hill. Ouch. That is not a hill that Slam is going to be very happy at, as he's pushing his zebra, because of course he is pushing his zebra. It's Slam, duh. If he were not pushing his Huns, I would start to become suspicious that it isn't it. That is in fact a different player. As we can see, a gold here on the side. It's not really to the back, though. It's still an awkward goal to have to defend, especially because this woodline doesn't really help you a whole lot. It's a bit of walling, but that's about it. And for the rest, all the golds for Slam are forward. So this is basically a new Arabia kind of base layout, except it's like the worst variation of it, with all your resources forward. And this is basically, like, in some cases, this was basically a map win. Whoever got an opponent who got this map generation, yeah, you just win. You just win. So yeah, this is gonna be really difficult for Slam, but he's Huns. Aggression is in their nature. That is kind of what the Huns do. So yeah. On the other side for Villese, let's have a look at that. Now Villese has the same problem with the wood lines, right? They're kind of slivers of wood. They're not really fully formed wood lines at all. Honestly, I think they should make it that you can't have two pawns generate like that. I don't think that's a good idea, because that's not a whole lot of wood for players to have available. Like, it's basically they have one normal wood line, and it's really tiny as well. That's like 55 trees. That's nothing. So yeah, I don't know about that. Don't know about that. So like, honestly, I would at least make sure that you never get two of these. So but at least it's fair. It's fair in that both players have the same amount of wood lines. Same amount of wood, exactly, right? It's not like some player has 2 wood lines and the other player has 5. That would be unfair as hell. But they do spawn in different locations, and in Villese's case, they do spawn a bit more forward, so he can actually wall in between them and use them as part of his wall. Especially this one actually reaches to the edge of the map, and it's a nice little wall right there. So you can actually wall from here to there, and you're fine. But still, wood control is going to be a problem for both players, and especially for Slam, because he's far away from all these wood lines to expand to. And there's not a lot of wood on this side as well, so Slam basically just does not have wood, period. Like Villese, if he wants to expand, he can still go this way, to the extra gold, to this gold. You know, there is a secondary gold fort, but again, this is a very desertified Arabia. This is like proper desert Arabia right there. It's really open. That makes for a great aggressive cavalry match, that's for sure. As well, it looks like both players are thinking about going for scouts here. I mean, that makes sense. Again, you have a very open base. Going men-at-arms into archers here is going to be really difficult. As wait, but let's just stop building this palisade wall now. Oh, okay. I guess that will be finished some other time then. Oh, Villese scout just hanging around. It's looking for a barracks probably, unless he already found it. No, he already found it. He knows. He knows it's there. He's just scouting around, seeing a little bit. Is something coming out of the barracks? Probably not. So it's fine. Checking the goal just to see, just to make absolutely sure Slam is not going to go for anything else but scout. But yeah, it is going to be scout from both players, which makes sense. And I should imagine also some spearmen to come out and join the fight, as you see Villese already doing. Stable going up though, players will have to get their farming economy going as well to afford all the scouts. And this might very well be a game where players barely wall and make a whole lot of scouts. Land Madness, anyone? Oh yeah. This might be a really good game actually. As a villager now is being sent to finish this wall, and there she goes. And ooh, scout takes a hit there for Slam. Spearman already out to defend. But that's more a defensive spearman, it's not an offensive spearman. Now the problem with making offensive spearmen is that yes, they help you in fights, but it also slows down your army because you have to keep your scouts near the spearmen if you want to take advantage of the fact you have spearmen, right? And it slows down your scouts, you know, it slows the mobility down. So that's the downside, but for the rest, having spearmen here is pretty nice. As Villese is walling up the right side of his base like I suggested he would do. Wall 2 is DC on this side, so he's going to try to keep this part of his economy as safe as he can. But yeah, the main goal is still over here. He will have to wall around that. That's what he's going to do as well. So he will find a way to keep it safe. It's, oh, the scouts for Slam make it in. Going to try to snipe the spearman, trying to micro away his spear as well. The scout survives, and now it's 3 scouts. And Slam is like, that villager is mine. And Villese is going to go for the quick wall. He's trying to go for the quick wall, but nope, she is going to go down. More scouts coming forward, and Villese kind of on the back foot. Going for a bunch of quick walls on his wood line. There's still a hole there, actually, but that doesn't matter. There's a spearman patrolling around, and you don't want to get stuck in that wood line with villagers like that. As there's still villagers on the bottom there that could get raided here. As Slam sees them, Villese trying to wall it out. Successful walling out as well, and especially this wall right there. You know, that was necessary because otherwise the scouts could still get in because of that frickin' pond. And the scouts were running around, but still, this is good for Slam. Villese is trying to counter raid at the same time in Villese's base, but hasn't found any damage so far. It's Slam with the eco kill, and also still keeping this. He's still keeping this palisade wall open for now. His own wood economy is safe at home, basically. You know, whatever wood economy he has. His berries are safe. Oh, well, I thought they were safe, but no, they're not. There was a hole in there, an overberry maybe, or overchop as you would call it. As, ooh, Slam trying to save the villager, and she lives on 1 HP. What are the odds of that? What are the freaking odds of that? Well, Villese is going to know that villager is there, and he's going to want to get her. He's going to want to get her. Now, you see the difference in playing styles as well, where Villese is trying to keep his base a bit more secure here with Spearman, making fewer scouts, where Slam is making more scouts, but isn't really walling at all. You know, and it also has, you know, it looks like he has 14 villages on wood, but a lot of that is also straggler trees. He's not actually on any of the other wood lines, so it's only one wood line for him, which is dangerous, as we had a bird sound. Scary. Spearman make it difficult for Slam to engage here without losing too many of his scouts. So he has to bring out his own spearmen to counter, to neutralize, right? These spearmen from Villese. There you go. And now there's more scouts in the field for Slam still. And now those scouts actually can, you know, have their impact. That's the spearmen running away from that because they don't want to take the fight there. And now Slam is the one pushing forward again. This is the thing with spearmen. They help you push it away. But Villese bringing in more spearmen now. And Slam trying to get some value from his, but his spearmen just go down just like that. And yeah, Slam is getting upgrades for now. He's getting bloodlines first. The most important upgrade you can get against spearmen, because very closely tied with the attack upgrade. And not armor. Armor's not going to help you against spearmen at all. At all. Doesn't help you. The spearmen have what? 3 attack? Scout's base armor, right? Already. Okay, no, okay. Armor will help you there. So the base attack will get lessened a little bit, but that's not really where the damage from a spearman comes from. It's from their bonus damage, 15, and you cannot negate that with armor. That doesn't work. The only civilization that can actually lessen bonus damage is Sicilians, because they take less bonus damage, and I guess Capifract for Byzantines, but that's the exception. The rest, bonus damage always applies, even if there's armor. Slam is going to send his tanky scouts to the front here, and he wants to run into Villese's base. Villese trying to wall up his base because he recognizes that, well, that's not very safe. Going to put a house on that as well. Very nice. Yeah, so far, I think Villese will be safe here. It's still only one equal kill for now, but the KD is slightly in the favor for Villese here after killing the spearman and also bringing his own spearman back. That is very easy to do because Lithuanian trash units move faster, except of course light cap and hussar and things like that. They don't actually move faster. That would kind of be cramming the style of the Cumans. And Villese now with 16 farms just thinking to click up here, but so is Slam. He's not like making a whole bunch of he's not making a whole bunch of units here. He's just trying to get up the castle. But it's a tower on his stone, so on his gold, I mean. So he definitely recognizes that it's not going to be not going to be good booming in the next stage anyways, so it's better to go aggressive here as Villese is looking for some kills with his own scout. Chased by the scouts from Slam. Well, both players at 6 scouts, but those of Villese a little bit weaker than those of Slam. Significantly weaker than those of Slam. Continue, you can compare the HP. It's, okay, Slam bringing in his own spearman now to neutralize those of Villese, also scare away the scouts, and loses his scout in that battle, but yeah, his spearmen now have the numbers, but Villese is clicked up to the next stage, and Slam's not there yet, and remember also that Slam is not walled at all, so he's not very safe for whatever aggression Villese is going to send his way, so it's a very even game. You can tell by the score, it's roughly even. Bill counts also roughly even, a little bit more TC idle time for Slam, but he does have wheelbarrow, something that Villese is... Okay, he does have that. I couldn't see it from afar. Does have wheelbarrow as well, so... But it's also because Villese, right, clicked up, so in those minutes he's not making villagers. Slam is, so that's why he's getting ahead in the build count now. He should click up now. Yeah, there he goes, but he's going to be a full minute behind to castellate. Aye. He's gonna get there, right? He's gonna get there, but he's gonna fall behind the knight numbers, and something like that is hard to catch up on. But Slam is essentially all in now because he dropped the tower, and yep, cavalry archers coming out. That was to be expected from Slam. Something that Villese will see now. Yep, he sees it. He's like, okay, that's what you're gonna do, huh? Is that what you're going to do? And Slam is saving a villager, and Villese just being, you know, harassing a little bit, but he knows he can't stop it. But at least he knows about it now. He knows about it now, and that allows him to make some decisions, you know, what he wants to do. For now, I think it's going to be knights for Villese. That makes most sense. You know, it's easier to master knights early on, and if you really get overwhelmed by cavalry archers, you can always add some skirmishers, you know, keep them in your back pocket to defend your base. As the scouts for Villese, with all their upgrades, something that, yeah, Slam, he got bloodlines, but he didn't get any of the other upgrades because he wasn't intending to go for cavalry the next stage. As a result, these scouts easily beat Slam's scouts now. As, don't tell me there's a hole there. Well, there's a hole between the palisade walls, but there's a tree in front of it. As Villese gets his first eco kill of the game. It's 1-1 now. Very nicely done as well. You know, getting in front of the villager and then blocking it and killing it while it tries to run away. But it runs away in the wrong place. As well as just running around being annoying, and Slam's base is just not very safe here. As the first knights arrive at Slam's base as well. And now you're going to go for cavalry archers and you're behind. And that is risky to say the least. It's risky to say the least. As Slam has made a whole bunch of spearmen to save himself for now. But the scouts getting some kills on the gold as well. It's 41 to 37 villagers. You know, with Slam having lost about 3 already. Yeah, so there's good pressure there from Villese, you know. Because you definitely want to delay the cavalry archer player as good as you can, right? You don't want to let him get to a nice number of military. But you also don't want to lose your knight, so Villese going to send that weak knight back, maybe heal that up later with some, yeah, well, he's getting a monk for conversions, but also to heal up that knight. Pikeman coming in for Slam though, probably recognizing that, well, knight numbers can be overwhelming at first. I need some time to bring up my own numbers, right? And maybe some pikemen can help me survive against the early night waves. That's the problem. Villese, however, is getting Skirmisher in his own base while adding another town center because, of course, he still had his stone. He could still do this. So Slam is essentially all in. He will fall behind in economy. This is an inevitability, pretty much. But if he can get enough kills with his cavalry archer mass, then maybe it's worth it. And Slam is thinking about running in, but again, only fletching on these, so they don't do that well against the knights, which have +2 already. That's pretty good from Villese right there. We're steadily growing though. It's also 4 archer ranges now for the Hun player. Like the Huns is the only civ that can afford stuff like this at the start of the game. The only civilization. It's because you have so few villagers. You need so few villagers to actually keep 4 ranges producing because they are so cheap, so freaking cheap. But now you see skirmishers, and now you're like, crap. That sucks. Now I can't go for cavalry archers. You know, at least I can't easily take fights anymore now because they counter me. Oh. Now, if you want, you can make some light cap here to counter the skirmishers. You can make some knights as well, but that is very expensive, and you're not going to have the food to do any of that anyways. You know, it's both. Like, it's expensive, equally expensive to do any, so you might as well get a knight, honestly, because you're likely to have some more gold. But as you can see, food is a problem, because with only 6 farms, barely any farms here, it's gonna... Yeah. Gonna take a while before you can afford all your upgrades and before you can add knights here and there to maybe kill skirmishers. So instead, what Slam's gonna do, he's gonna get some scorpions or some mangonels out. Now, of course, the danger with that is that knights can easily snipe siege. So it's gonna be tricky. It's more defensive, really, if you're up against the knight civ, but still. 21 cavalry archers on the field. That's a pretty good number. You don't want to lose that number, obviously. The higher that number gets, the better, because at some point it will just be impossible to kill. Yeah, the last armor upgrade that Villese can get in this age, it has come in. So the second armor upgrade on archers that allows his skirmishers to take fights against the cavalry archers while only taking 2 damage per shot, because it's 8 attack and 6 pierce armor for the skirmishers. Few knights going forward, but Villese is not really interested in being too aggressive here. He recognizes as well, only 1 TC for my opponent. My opponent cannot afford more TC, so I'm just going to boom my way out of trouble here. Just going to boom and just not take any damage. That's what I'm going to do. While Slam is like, not if I have something to say about that, and he's going to try to break into Villese's base right here through the palisade walls. And that goes down really quickly, and Villese has to abandon his main goal. Now, there's a pretty big mass of cavalry archers, but Slam kind of distracted at the same time. Has to micro on this side as well. Doesn't want to lose these cavalry archers to the knights. Lots of knights that have come forward as well. The gold is not very safe. He can't sit in a choke point, not when there's skirmishers around. And Slam, he's trying to fight at the same time, but there's skirmishers over here as well. Not good, not good. 62 villagers versus 49. But off gold. No gold for Slam right now. Remember that his gold was awful? It's still awful. Still awful. And the thing is, knights with +2 can sit under a tower, and so can skirmishers, no problem. As Slam is basically fighting skirms in the back of Villese's base, and Villese is just playing this really clean. Really clean. And Slam is losing a lot of villagers right now to the knights. Villese waiting for the right moment there to strike, and that was a great moment. Now, Villese still has to deal with the cavalry archers in its own base, but again, Lithuanian skirmishers will do the trick there. They can run back and forth really easily. There's town centers to protect a lot of your villagers. So Villese, you know, he will keep these farms. He will just rebuild them over here, and as soon as he gets back onto his economy, he'll just go back to these farms again. And Slam losing so many freaking cavalry archers. It's ballistics as well for skirmishers. Very important upgrade, and look how many die. As Slam again loses a bunch of cavalry archers on the gold. You know, knights still getting kills, and skirmishers still getting kills, and Slam says GG, because that's not going to work out for me anymore. When your army count is lower than your opponent's and you're going all in, that's when you know you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed. And Slam calls in the GG, and Villese, yeah, playing really clean there, and Slam was just not able to do any damage whatsoever, or barely any damage. Taking more damage than anything, especially not able to secure that gold. That was a problem. And this gold, like, that's the thing. That tower might help you against archers. It does not help you against knights. It really doesn't. Knights will just run under this tower, kill it, and that's it. If you don't have military to protect this, if you don't have walls to protect you, then towers do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Against knights, that is. Tickle them. That's what they do. So yeah, first game goes to Villese. Very nice win for him. Have a look at the statistics. Let's see. Yeah, much better kitty for Villese, and that's also a lot of villagers as well. But still, you just had all the answers. Skirmishers here to defend yourself against the cavalry archers, and then you just make some knights to kill vills. It's almost too easy. Almost too easy. He makes it look very simple, but it really isn't. And of course, if Slam had been able to take his military and get in anywhere in Villese's base and do a lot of damage, then of course it could have been a completely different story. But yeah, Villese never allowed Slam to do that, and as a result, yeah, Slam lost his game. Got some relics as well. 3 relics already. Nice. Oh, and that's the thing too. So Villese already had 3 relics on his knights, and that's the thing as well. So that means that these knights that he had, yeah, look at that 10 plus 4 attack. That's no joke whatsoever. Have a look at the society. Yeah, more villages for Villese. That makes sense. Eco is much stronger, and then APM wise, wow, Villese this the faster player out of the two. Although Slam can have his peaks as well. Kind of goes back and forth between the two. Yeah. In any case. GG. That was the first game. It was 31 in-game minutes. Not the longest game in the world, you know. Like a lot of these games, I must say, have not gone the late in, and I think that's also the nature of Arabia nowadays. Is that it's more open than it ever was. So Imperial Age is not really the main game. Like it's really Castle Age where most games get decided nowadays. The vast majority of games, I would say. You know, or even feudal age nowadays. You know, like games get decided early on as well. Imperial late game situations don't always happen anymore, because the map's too open. Like a map like this, too easy to go for aggression, which is why that happens a lot as well. That doesn't mean you can't wall. I mean, Villese showed you can wall. You just have to keep yourself as safe as you possibly can. You know, that's important. The most important thing. Well, I don't have a second game just yet, so we'll just wait. We'll just wait a little bit. We can have a look at the draft if you all want. Here you go. Be able to see it now. So let's see. Slam losing with Huns and a win for Villese with Lithuanians. Now Villese likely the chances of him going for another cavalry civ are higher than him going for an infantry and archer civ, but. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 of those and then 2 of these, so I don't know. I think it's going to depend on what he thinks Slam is going to do, and Slam might be discouraged from going for cavalry archers in the next game, right? So Slam might go for his own cavalry, so it might be that Slam goes for Khmer or Indians here, or maybe he goes for Vietnamese or Japanese, and if between these two, probably Vietnamese, actually. So with that in mind, what Villese could do... Right, Aztecs might be an option here to counter Vietnamese a little bit to a degree, unless Vietnamese get champions out. They have fully upgraded champions minus the attack upgrade. Not too bad. Could also go for Sicilians. Is really good. It's pretty good in that situation as well. If he thinks it's gonna be Khmer for Slam, then Berbers would be a great counter. But if you think Slam is going to go for Indians, you definitely don't want to waste your Berbers on that. Then use Sicilians, use Aztecs. You know, Indians struggle against infantry pushes anyways. Unless they can get... Sorry, I was distracted by the Discord. Unless they can get some infantry out. Some archers out as well, like cavalry archers. Second game should be... starting here. At least someone says that in Discord that the game is starting, but it's not Karasini who hasn't given us the game ID just yet, but I'm sure that will be in just a second then. I think. Do I have to look for it myself now? I have to do work? What? What is this? I thought all the work was being done for me. I'm just joking. Let's see if we can find it in the lobby then. Maybe Christine couldn't say anything right now, so that's okay. We'll find it. We'll just let's see. We'll put it on a custom. We need to go to King of the Desert, Arabia. Let's see. Arabia. I can't see it just yet though. Interesting. No, I don't see it right now. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's actually true that the game is already starting, or at least I don't know about it. Although I'm convinced that the map pool, I mean the lobby browser doesn't actually show every game that is going on right now. I'm pretty sure that's not true. So anyways, okay, let me go to AOE2.net then, and we'll see if I can find it there. Because that should be ongoing then, right? Let's see, ongoing matches. Type. Try to find Slam or something, or maybe Villese then. Nope, can't find it. That's weird. That's kind of weird. Okay, hang on. Let me go to someone's profile here and see if we can see it there. Yeah, it did start. So, okay. How do we enter that game from here? Crap. Well, that's weird. Why do I not see that then? Let's look again, because apparently it did start, so I guess we can go to spectate games, and then maybe we should be able to find it from here. No. Well, darn it. I don't understand why the lobby browser doesn't actually show you all the games. That's really weird. So I guess we'll have to find it some other way then. Let's see if I can see it in the ongoing matches on... Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, we got it. Hang on. We got it. Nice. There we go. Perfect. So we can do our own work, too. We can do our own work. No worries. Let's throw that in there. And there's the game. Perfect. We got it. Not to worry. The cast will yet continue. And they actually started 5 minutes ago, so we're actually quite far behind. But normally I get like the link to the lobby, right? But this time I didn't. I don't know. Christine didn't say anything. So, anyways, that doesn't matter. Welcome to the second game here between Slam and Villese. Slam down 1 game to Villese, who looked really strong last game. Let's see what we have gotten here. Ooh, good for Slam. We have Burgundians for Villese, and we have Indians for Slam. This is good for Slam here, because Burgundians struggle against camels. Really do. Because what's the one thing you need against counter units? You need HP. That's the most important part of that you need. And guess what the Burgundians do not have? They don't have bloodlines. So the later the game goes, the worse it gets for them. In the mid game, they might be able to, hold on a little bit, because the Cavalier upgrade basically gives you bloodlines. But as soon as you get to the late game, you're gonna lack that HP, and it will allow Indians to easily kill you with camels. So, and also if Villese doesn't get the Cavalier upgrade, he's definitely screwed. So, okay, that's definitely an upgrade that he must get here if he's gonna go knights. Now, Burgundians can go for infantry as well against Indians, but you don't want to give the Indian player a reason to go cavalry archers, right? That wouldn't make a lot of sense. So hey, this is good for Slam. Nice drafting from him to get to pick this Civ right as Villese goes for Burgundians. So that doesn't mean though that Burgundians are definitely gonna lose this map. Like, I would never suggest that there is such a thing as a Civ win where basically just by picking the Civ you are always gonna win. That doesn't exist. Good playing is still a really important factor as well. So it doesn't mean that Villese can't win with Burgundians. Stranger things have happened. So, but if the opponent, right, doesn't make a lot of big mistakes, it is going to be really difficult for you to finish out the game anyways. Just like we saw a set ago, right? Like 2 sets ago when... what was it again? Oh yeah, it was Tato versus Leary. Leary had Huns against Indians. And he just couldn't do anything against Indians. He tried his best. He tried everything. Aggression, early imp, cavalry archers, everything. And just Tato played it played it normal, played it well, and he didn't make any big mistakes. And as a result, there was just nothing that Huns could do against Indians. They just don't have the options. Indians are one of the strongest Arabia Civs right now. Win rates as well. Kind of underrated, really. You know, they're not actually picked a whole lot, and a lot of people are kind of thrown off by the fact that you don't get knights. But Indians are actually really strong, have a lot of strong options as well, and their camels aren't as bad as you might think. So this is going to be a challenge for Burgundians. Any case, let's talk about the maps. So we got a, wow, it's not a forward berry because I always draw an imaginary line, right? So this is technically a forward gold, but it's also not the worst gold in the world. It's still between two wood lines, so you can still wall right there and safe-ish, right? But, I mean, it's not the safest gold in the world. It's at the bottom of a hill, so that's not something that Slam will be very happy about. Has berries on that hill, on a hill as well, but again, archers on top, not happy. Archers on top, not happy. We have some gold on the other side, so maybe a town center over here where the house is now, right now, might be an idea later on. Where's the other gold? Ooh, that's nicely in the back. That's nice. This is a pretty safe gold, especially if you wall from here, like this. Yeah, this gold is nice. That's a nice gold to have. Indeed. As for Villese, who is already walling a little bit, wood lines wise is about the same as Slam, although his are more evenly spread out. His gold is, well, also kind of in the back, but not really. It's close to where the wall will probably go. Then for his other golds, those are all forward, as you can see. Forward gold, forward berries as well. And those are tricky berries, a giant hill in the front of your base. This is a hill where you wall on top like this. And you wall on top because otherwise, if you wall at the bottom of that, that wall's not going to stand. It really isn't. But yeah. And Slam is just kind of hanging around. He knows he's about to go to Villese. He's just seeing that Villese forget to get loom, because that sometimes happens as well. Both players are up on the way to Villese, but Slam went up on 19 pop, Villese on 20 pop. He might have actually wanted to go up a little bit later, but he got housed, so, you know, hope he built a house before he gets to the next stage. Build a house. House. Build a house. Villese? Build a house. Okay, well, okay. I guess if he doesn't build a house in the next 20 seconds, he's gonna get housed. I guess that's, you know, that's okay. Okay, it happens to everyone. Ah, there you go. There you go. Nice. There we go. A nice house there. Of course, we have a blinking number in the top corner there. That's not something that you have if you're housed. Until of course it's too late, because then you are housed, right? That's the problem. Like, at least this blinker, it tells you when you're going to be housed before it actually happens. Whereas in the real game, it doesn't actually. That sound doesn't play until it tries to create something and it can't because you're housed, right? Definitely need to pay attention to that. Anyway, Slam keeping himself safe, and he wants to wall off the left side or the south side of his base. If he can get all these walls up, that's really nice. And he's gonna go for some big walls. Slam wants to go for some eco. That's what that tells you, right? Because you wouldn't wall like this if you're gonna go aggressive. Because think about it, if you are going to want to be aggressive, where is the army and the fighting going to be? At your opponent's base. There's no need for your walls if you're going aggressive. So Slam probably thinking about a more passive play here. Probably wants to boom a little bit with Indians and get to the late game when he knows that Burgundians are going to lose to Indians, because they just don't have the same amount of options. They just don't. Now, Slam committing to these walls. The walls are up on this side. Now the walls will go up on the other side. Walls on the south almost up. Scout is there to protect. And yeah, more scouts coming in to protect. And Slam is going to keep those safe at home for now. Villese is also going scouts. That's not a surprise here with Burgundians. They are still technically a cavalry civ. Also has the second wood upgrade, so Villese also kind of investing in a lot of wood, in a lot of economy as well. What this really means is that you need less villagers on wood to afford the same amount of things that another player would need to have, but more villagers, right? Instead of 10, you can have 8 villagers. That would still work, or 9. You know, that's totally fine. You can still afford the same things. Or if you have 10, you basically do the same work as like 12 villagers, maybe. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but still. And by the way, this is only possible, you know, it's only possible to get those tags, you know, not just because you can get them earlier, but also because they're discounted, right? You get, they're like, there's a food discount on them. Otherwise, it would just be too expensive. You can never afford anything in Dark Age, really. As Slam completes his wall. And now Villese has to make a decision, like I always say, you know, as soon as your opponent is fully walled, what do? Are we going to try to break through the walls with brute force, or are we going to go up to the next stage and do it then? Like that's the question. You know, it depends on also what kind of civ you have. And Burgundians, you know, don't struggle in cast. They have good cavalry. Then if Slam gets a villager on the woodline, first kill of the game goes to Slam. Very nice to find that hole, and now you got scouts in your base, which is just quite a nuisance. Where's Villese cavalry? Villese bringing his scouts back home, forced to drop a whole slew of house walls on his villages, and those are not going to go up. So even if the villagers don't die, they're still going to get delayed right now. And as you can see, you can micro away your scouts a little bit from the villagers, you know, because villagers always target the one unit that you right click with them, so they can't auto engage against anything. As a result, if you micro away the unit that they are engaged against, they will just follow it to perpetuity until the owner says no, stop. Like literally, villagers will never give up until they lose sight of it. And then still, I'm pretty sure it would still follow it. Like I've had villagers of mine, like I will fight with them, and then they just walk halfway across the map chasing. Anyway, Slam scouts do go down, but still got some value, got some idle time as well, and Villese still hasn't been able to do any damage to Slam. And Slam is just gonna be sitting right in his base, and he's gonna go for cavalry archers again. Now, I don't mind this so much now, because remember that the real advantage for Burgundians comes in Imperial Age, when Burgundians start falling behind with the options, you know, heavy cavalry-wise. But in the mid-game, it's not like camels are better against Burgundian cavalry than they normally are against knights. Remember, Burgundian cavalier have the same HP and armor as a normal knight. They just have 2 more attack. That's the difference. But as soon as you get to Imperial Age, that's when Indian camels really shine. As, yeah, Villese is knocking on the door. It's like, hey, you killed one of ours. Now, give me one of your villagers. I don't think Slam is going to agree with that. Nice little split there as one scout goes one way, the other scout goes the other way, except this scout is apparently confused about the nature of his command and doubles back to fight a spearman. Not smart, scout. No, it's not very smart. Anyways, both players are on the way to Castle Age, but Slam a little bit before. He made less military as well. He committed to walling, you know, early on, but as a result, now he has gotten his economy rolling. Not a whole lot of farms, but he doesn't need a whole lot of farms. If he's not going to boom, you definitely don't need that. Now, the result of all this walling then is that Slam will be able to mass these cavalry archers without having to worry about his gold getting raided by knights. Although that's still a possibility. I mean, all that Villese has to do is punch through one of these walls, and then boom, there's the gold. Right there. Now, Slam does have a backup gold, right? Because of the way he walled, all his golds are safe. Every single one of them. That was a lot of walling. This was very expensive, but once again proving that no matter how open you make a map, if you want to wall, players will find a way to wall. They will find a way to wall. So it's, yeah. It's basically futile to try to nerf walling like that. Coming forward. Spearman running around. Villese is not making more spearmen. This is good, because if he's making more spearmen, he's probably expecting knights from Slam, or at least camels from Slam. But he hasn't seen the cavalry archer switch just yet. He can't know for sure. He can't confirm it. He's trying to scout it, but he can't see it. Although you can actually see it now. I think he could. Yeah, you could see it now because he just made it to Castle Age. Look how much more view he has. And okay, well, now he doesn't have to see it anymore. He doesn't have to see it anymore. He sees enough. He's like, oh, cavalry archers again, huh? Okay, that's cute. That's cute. I'll just go for skirmishers then. Dropping a TC as well on this wood line and the gold that will keep you safe from the cavalry archers. And especially important for Villese because his golds are all forward. So he needs some form of protection. As now the spearmen are going to go down gloriously without getting a... Well, actually, they did get a kill. Never mind. That spearman got a kill. OP spearman. And so yeah, Villese has to keep this force out for now until he gets his upgrades on his knights. Which, of course, remember, no bloodlines. No bloodlines. They don't get bloodlines until Cavalier. And Villese is spending a whole lot of resources on getting skirmisher upgrades for now. So he can actually afford this right now. So, looking pretty good for Slam this time around. If he can get his numbers up, maybe if he can get his economy up, yes, adding a town center. I like. Although maybe that TC could have gone up on this gold instead of that gold, because you can't farm around this easily. As the knights try to get in on the cavalry archers, but there's already like 9 right there. Remember, again, no bloodlines and not even a second armor upgrade on these knights as well. So these knights die fast. They die really fast to the cavalry archers here. Let's see, we got another TC now for Villese. That's not just an eco TC. That's also to keep your villagers safe that are sitting on the gold right here. Even if he's going to try to produce from all 3 of them. Got housed for a second there. Should probably assign a villager to start building houses, because again, that will fill up really quickly. Unless of course Slam starts killing your units, as Slam finds a monk there, and one more hit gets this monk, and the relic is well, it will be Villese, but gonna take a while. And Slam might also be like, yeah, you want that relic? You'll have to fight for it. Well, that is something Villese can do, because he's got elite skirm already. Second armor upgrade shouldn't be long away, and then at that point the skirmishers can fight against the cavalry archers without too much issue. The ballistics now coming in as well for Slam. Not so much for Villese. So Slam can still dodge these shots and micro against this as he runs in here with the cavalry archers. Looking to do some damage. Nice split micro there as well. Oh, nice dodge. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Look at that. Not taking any damage whatsoever. So Villese is trying to kill these cavalry archers. Oh, nice hit there. One hit for Villese. Still dodge here. Knight going down for Villese as well. University going up, so Villese definitely wants to get ballistics as well. There it goes. 1 minute away though. 1 minute away. So he's not going to be able to micro against, or at least he can't snipe Slam's cavalry archers if Slam keeps microing them around. And one more goes down, but the skirmishers, of course, if their shots do land, they do a lot of damage. As Slam is trying to get into the minimum range of these skirmishers and still lack the final armor upgrade. And Villese losing skirmishers by the dozens, although he only had 9. Also, Villese on stone, so he's trying to go for a castle, but that's more a defensive castle rather than a I want Coustilier's kind of castle. Villese is on 58 villagers, but this is exactly what you want to be doing with a Hun all-in. Or, I guess, a cavalry archer all-in, basically. Although, remember, it's not all-in. He is making villagers from town centers. And with Indians, that's actually affordable, because you don't need as much food to keep them running. Right? 14 farms is more than enough, really. It's 17 military on the field for Slam, only 9 for Villese. And Villese taking a lot of damage here, only saved by the fact that he's got town centers everywhere. Otherwise, there would have been more villagers dead here. And Slam still trying to raid a little bit around, gets another villager. The Ikukidi is now 7-0. Much better for Slam. Like I said, this is a game that Slam should be able to win. No, Civ-wise, but also position-wise. Like, from here, it should be good. And Villese should, either decide to go for a way more trash unit, because there's only one range to create the skirmishers that still lack. Okay, they actually have the final armor upgrade. It's final because Burgundians do not get the rest. Ballistics in helps you chase these down as well. And now more cavalry archers going down. Now Monk getting the conversion, then goes down, dying for his faith. And yeah, very nice. And now Villese sending more villagers back here. I'm not sure what that is for. Alright, still a lot of military in the field for the Indian player. It is 68 versus 66 villages, and Villese has gotten housed a lot actually. You notice that? That's like the fourth time today, or at least in this game that he got housed. Now Slam gets housed as well, but Villese got housed a lot actually. So you need to take a village and just start building houses, like that villager right there. Build more houses, you guys. Stop looking at your work, build more houses. Come on. Come on. Don't be lazy now. And Slam is bringing in cavalry archers from all sides, but yeah, Villese is patrolling skirmishers on all sides, so he's probably okay with that. And Slam, he wanted to hit the wood line, but that's not going to happen. So he feels the need to get something melee out, like something that can kill, the skirmishers. He's gotten a light cav upgrade, so he's making light cav right now. And yeah, as you can see, light cav are much stronger than scout cavalry, and they can easily kill the skirmishers by getting them in up close. We got Villese with 1,000 gold, and I wonder what he's going to do with that, honestly. Like, what resources he's going to buy. As we got Sanctity now, so he's thinking about getting some more monk upgrades. And the numbers aren't the best for Slam right now, military-wise. It's still 28 only versus 20, but look at that spam. Look at that Q. That cavalry archer number, if he keeps his numbers up, is going to grow exponentially. Well, not exponentially, actually, just gradually, really. Exponentially would mean that you would have to add, you know, you would have to add, like, add more... Continuously add more cavalry archers. As Villese is done with the raids, he's gonna drop a castle right on his hill, which is a kind of a nice hill to support as well. But oh, Slam, he sees it and he's like, oh, that's cute, that's cute, that's a cute castle. Sit at the edge of the cavalry archers. Oh, they're firing at the castle. Don't fire at the castle. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. He might have been able to deny that maybe a little bit, or at least kill a lot of villagers while Villese tries to do it. And now Villese is only one vill behind. But yeah, still 16-0 eco KD. Like, Villese has not been able to do a single bit of damage here to Slam whatsoever. Slam is in the driver's seat in this game. It's 30 cavalry archers for him on the field, 70 more in the queue. Making a few light cav in the meantime, and there's some villagers for a nice little castle that could go up on the hill. That could go up on the stone. And protect yourself. Oh, even more ballsy. Right on the TC, kind of denying the gold as well. I'm not sure if Villese is going to be able to deny that. As here comes the castle, something that Villese can easily see. He knows about it. As Villese is going to drop a counter castle. And he's going to commit to it as well. Look at that. A lot of villagers running over here. Let's have a look at the race going on over here. Slam only a little bit ahead. But remember, Slam brought only 7 villagers over here. And they're getting harassed, right, by the skirmishers. And also the custodiers that are coming out for Villese. And Villese castle is going to go up much before Slam's castle. So is Slam's castle even going to go up? I think so, because... Although, no! No! Villese is going to start shooting the villagers now! Slam! It's a doubt castle! It's a doubt castle! Doubt! Oh, God. Did Slam just throw the game? He didn't just throw the game, did he? Because now you don't have a defensive castle. Your cavalry archer ball is kind of being pushed away. Villagers have died. You're down. You're suddenly behind in the vill count again. That's okay. Well, Villese now losing a whole bunch of skirmishes, so I guess it's not an open and shut case. But Villese took the score lead there for a second. Now Slam ahead again, killing most of these skirmishers. That's good for him. But that castle is denied for now, and Villese is not gonna let Slam get that castle up. If anything, you know, you should just wall this in. Just wall it in. Make sure he can never get to it. Not without punching through stone walls. He wants to get to his castle. You gotta work for it. Cavalry archers raiding on the other side, but there's some skirmishers to defend. And Slam will just drop a castle somewhere else, and I guess just go up to Imp here, I guess. 112 villagers for Villese, 100 for Slam. So Slam is actually behind in the economy now. Still has way more military on the field, and I'm not really sure what Villese's plan is here. He made a few custodiers, but he's not making any more, so that might not be the long-term plan then. As he's probably going to try to keep his masses up. Ooh, a bunch of villagers that could get raided here by Slam there. A bunch of villagers do bite the dust indeed. And the eco KD is still very much skewed in the favor of Slam. With these cavalry archers, yeah, there's a large ball of cavalry archers as well. 40 cavalry archers on the field right now. And Imperial Age coming in for Slam. Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw his resources climb. I figured he was just going to go Imp. Drop a castle in the middle of the map, bring a trap forward, start trapping down Villese's castle, and then finish your own castle, and boom. And I hope for Villese's sake, as soon as he sees that Slam is an imp, wall in that castle immediately. Actually, Villese actually brought out some rams to ram down Slam's castle, and Slam gave up on it, so lost a whole bunch of stone on that one. That's unfortunate for him, but he wasn't in time to stop that. As Villese is making more custodiers now, it's 5 on the field already, but... I wonder if that's going to work against... Now the thing with this against cavalry archers, right? We saw Vivi have success with this. And the reason with that is that if custodiers, right? They have this charge attack, right? Right there. The charge attack. If they get close to cavalry archers, they can get a hit. And normally the problem with knights is they get close and they get one hit in, but then they have to chase it again. It takes a while. And then they get close and they get one hit in, and it, you know, over and over. And it takes forever for them to kill the cavalry archer. Not for Burgundians, because when they get close, they immediately do like, what, 33 damage right there. It's a lot of damage. Remember, the cavalry archers, they only have two melee armor right there. So basically, you do 30 damage to a cavalry archer. So you can kill it with 3 shots, with 3 Custodiers right there. That's why they're actually pretty good. Better than knights at chasing cavalry archers, because you're likely to be able to use your charge attack against them. Now, if it's about normal attack, Custodiers have way lower attack than knights. So that's the balance right there. The thing is, though, if you're gonna go for cavalry, your opponent might easily just go for camels again. Like there's always in the back pocket for Indians. But for now, still, Slam has the central position, has a giant ball of cavalry archers, and could always go for camels if there's too many Custodiers. Which Villese is making a whole bunch of them now. And Slam, oh, he wants to get a castle up on that hill, but that is never gonna get up. At least, is it gonna get up? I'm not sure about that. Let's zoom in a little bit over here. And Slam having to run away from these skirmishers. Now they cannot get better because they don't have the final armor upgrade, which is kind of a problem if you're up against heavy cavalry archer with bracer chemistry, and you know they're heavy. They will easily kill all your skirmishers, but still, skirmishers do some bonus damage to cavalry archers. So this is a good fight for Villese to take. Even if he's losing skirmishers, that's still cost effective for him. As we now see some light gap from Slam. And there's also the problem, like, what options do Burgundians have here to deal with this? That is kind of an issue. As, well, Slam is losing a bunch of cavalry archers here to the skirmishers. As Villese running forward, the Custodiers look at the charge deck. As that is the sound that the bugle makes when they charge. They have a little bit more HP now. 145 is a pretty decent amount of HP for elite Custodier right now. If they get close to the cavalry archers, they can easily kill them, right? Like, easily. Unlike knights, which just more often than not just die trying to chase a cavalry archer. Slam's still spamming in CA, but he's also spamming in light gap. Whereas Villese is making more and more skirmishers just to trade with this. That means that he's not spending as much gold as is Slam, right? This is a very expensive army nonetheless. And Slam wants to get a castle up here, but he's not gonna get it up as well. Custodiers running into Slam's economy, but the house walls will keep that out for now. And those Custodiers will go down without any without glory. They do have 6 pierce armor, which is pretty sweet, just like a normal knight. Yeah, the skirmishers, we got some pikemen as well coming in for Villese, I suppose. But pikemen, of course, will die hopelessly against these cavalry archers. One Custodier raiding the villagers. Might actually get a villager kill then. And... oh, it doesn't even get it. Oh. Ooh, but one Custodier raiding the stone there. And it looks like Slam. Yeah, these villagers are... kind of screwed there, so those villagers are going to go down. At least 4 of them have died already. You know, Villese has more villagers than Slam. That's definitely something that needs to be kept in mind. 140 versus 170. So Villese's economy is much better than that of Slam. But the problem is that the military that Slam has is much better than that of Villese. Much better. 80 military on the field right now for Slam, as Villese is engaging against this fight right now. But look at the amount of HP, that Slam's army has, and he is absolutely slamming Villese into the ground. There's very little that Villese can do against the power of this many cavalry archers. Just fully upgraded, and what do you do? Like, if your skirmishers do not have the final armor upgrade, there's nothing. They can't even fight these cavalry archers, and let alone that, the fact that you are constantly attacked by Hussars here. That Slam is just running in here right now. All these Custodiers are also kind of expensive as well, as Slam is starting to siege on the castle, but Trebuchet is getting ramped down, which is yeah, pretty good move there from Villese. But honestly, does Villese, can he still win this? He has gotten a lot of fortifications up in this region. Like, he's still holding on. He still has the score lead as well. The KD still favors Slam though. Slam still has this giant ball of cavalry archers. Really, all he has to do, I mean, he can actually just add in some camels maybe, although we got some halberdiers now. Halberdiers should die to the cavalry archer. They should not survive to the cavalry archer. But if you send in hussars into the halberdiers, that's not going to go well for you. As the skirmishers getting closer and closer to the heavy cavalry archers. Remember, heavy cavalry archers, even though they don't take as much they do way more damage to skirmishers that lack the final armor upgrade, they still take as much damage from them as they would from any other skirmishers. So, still dangerous to be around. Let's just leave it at that. As the trebuchets from Slam trying to break the Indian castle on the hill, which is a very important position for Slam to hold. Slam's still not in the score lead. Has about the same number as army, but a lot of that is heavy cavalry archer, and it's difficult to push. You know, from one spot where you're just kind of sitting still, whereas cavalry archers like to run around and things like that. Slam buying stone to keep preparing his castle for now. Trebuchets from Villese still making good inroads into this castle. So spamming more skirmishers in the front, but not a lot of halberdiers here now to help you with the fight. Custelier is trying their best, but they will of course die to the cavalry archers' fire. Aye. As Slam still only on 50 cavalry archers. I mean, not still only on 50 cavalry archers. Still has 50 cavalry archers, but that's the only big ball of army he has. Not a lot of hussars here. Doesn't quite have the food for that. Doesn't have the gold for anything else right now. Like, actually, it's 0 gold right now. He's expanding everywhere else, but he doesn't really see any gold to take right now. Some bombard cannons coming out to snipe the trebuchets, but Villese mirroring that with his own bombard cannons, which of course are better with Burgundians because they have more attack than normal. As you can see, plus 10 right there, which definitely helps you a little bit. As Villese is still trying to break in, trying to break this castle. It's so important for Slam that he keeps up this castle. He needs to control this hill, because if he loses control of this, Villese can start snowballing towards his base instead of him doing the same to Villese. Villese is bringing out a few more bombard cannons here and there. They are very expensive units. You know, like, still the army number for Villese is not very pretty, but he still has more villagers, more economy. I mean, look at the difference in resources. Slam just does not have the resources to make a whole lot of units. He's continuously spamming cavalry archers, but he's losing a bunch of them as well at the same time. And in the same vein, Villese is only using trash units, really. He's not making any Custeliers right now. He's just making full trash. And Slam can't break it. He can't break it. He needs something else. He needs something to push this. Maybe some siege of sorts. Scorpions would do wonders here. Wonders. Mangonels or onagers. Something. As we have the bomber cannon fleeing for the shot of the trebuchet. Castle still staying up. And man, look at this battlefield littered with the bodies of dead men who have died, you know, this day in battle. As, ooh, there, nice snipe there. Bomber cannon going down for both players. Fortunately, the castle for Slam stays up for now, and Villese is recuperating his strength. You know, first, and also raiding a little bit with some Custeliers. Very nice, very nice. His wood line is very exposed. Bunch of villagers for Slam going down. And remember that Slam doesn't have as many villagers as Villese does. Villese has 131, and most of them are safe enough at least, except these ones. These are not safe. Imagine if Slam goes for the raids. And Slam is gonna go for the raids. Yes, very good. This is good stuff. Yes, check that wood line. You can see the chops going on right now. Slam waiting for a nice number to go in here. And that's a lot of villagers. That's 35 villagers that are exposed right here. Oh boy, oh boy. And Slam is like, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. And Villese is like, ah, shit. Is running away with all those villagers. Has to. If he doesn't run away with them, they're all gonna die here. And Villese will now have to send units to the south as well to deal with that. Slow halberdiers that are gonna take a while to get here. In the meantime, a lot of villagers are dying. Eco KD getting much better for Slam right now, and this might be the way. If Villese insists on a point defense in one spot, right? Start raiding. Exactly. If Villese is not gonna wall this part of the map either, you know, just raid around and look at the fill count. It's even out again. It's 106 versus 112. Slam's still in this game. A simple raid like that does wonders. It really does. Look, the hussars idling this town center with the villagers in it, still getting kills here and there from the villagers that didn't fit in. You know, this is all still good stuff. As we have some Custodians finding out that Slam had a little mini base in the south of the map. And more Hussars coming in from the front right now. Skirmishers cannot fight those Hussars, obviously. And Slam, again, still with 60 militaries, making a whole bunch of Hussars and probably thinking about maybe raiding Villese to death. Has more map control than Villese does with this castle, especially the gold behind. It's pretty nice. If he wants to go for more cavalry archers, he can. Also getting conscription right now, a very important technology that makes you able to produce more. As now the cavalry archers make it to the woodline as well. And this was the weak spot for Villese. There was no castle on this woodline. There's nothing here to protect, and I think Villese probably wants to get a castle up, maybe like right there would be nice on your stone, on the wood, and especially because all these villagers just need something to do. Villese can't really expand this way because of this castle, so he needs to expand this way. But Slam has gotten, has eyes in the sky on that one as well, so he's aware he can control that part. Got some Hussars now raiding into Slam's base, and Slam does not have a lot of protections back over here, so that's actually a pretty raidable base right there. Sending some cavalry archers to chase that though. At the same time, Hussars running into the north of Villese's base. Villese losing a castle in the north. And now it's starting to look really good for Slam here. Those raids shifting it up. And this is really good, right? If Villese insists on using an immobile army composition, then change the front. Go to the north, go to the south, force him to split up his units to defend him. Look at this. The army is in complete disarray. While in the north, Villese's base is just getting raided to death. 103 villagers for Villese. He's continuously rebooming. He's trying his best to keep his vill count up, but it's just not looking too good here. Castle and town center going down means the front of your base is completely open. Slam, dealing easily with the raids of Villese in his own base. And yeah, I mean, now the right side is secure, but now suddenly your north side is completely open. And Villese is just having to react a whole lot to what Slam is doing. Slam is he's using his mobility to run around the map, not just defend one spot, and just get some villager kills everywhere and nowhere. This is good stuff. This is the kind of stuff that evened out this game a lot. And especially because Slam has a much better position on this map. A lot of castles on nice ridges over here. And he can defend with his cavalry archers that are going to be difficult for Villese to push anyways. As Villese is not making any siege right now. It's making Custodiers, but does not have gold to make any more gold units. No gold, has relics, but that's about it. Yes, how many relics is that? 3 relics, so that's at least a good amount of gold that you could get from that, but Slam's got more gold. He's got 2 relics, I think. So he's gonna be fine with this. As Villese takes a fight on the central hill, but it cannot be won. It cannot be won. There's not enough halberdiers here to kill the Hussars, and as a result, there's not enough skirmishers here to kill the heavy cavalry archers. A ball that Slam has been able to keep up throughout this entire game. And it's just nothing that you can freaking do about it. Absolutely nothing. As Slam now taking control of a central hill in Villese's town, a hill from which he can shoot down this castle, from which he can shoot down the production buildings. Villese is raiding in the back of Slam's base. It's been making use of this hole down here throughout this entire game. And, well, I mean, there's enough Hussars to deal with whatever is here for Slam right now. But Slam's going to send back his Hussars himself. In the meantime, pushing forward into this part of Villese's base. And Villese knows he cannot give Slam hill control here. He cannot give that because that is, that's bad. Very bad. Because then his castle would go down immediately. Hussar is still raiding in the back of Slam's base. Slam, of course, doesn't have the best, it doesn't have the best economy compared to at least he hasn't been booming as much as Villese had. So Slam is prioritizing army count most of all. He wasn't really making a whole lot of villagers. It's been around 106 most of the game. He's making vills now, and so is Villese, who is boomed back into 120. He was behind Slam for a sec. Now he's again 10 villagers ahead. Villese still holding on, but still the castle still crumbles. There's another production building down that you need for Custodiers. In the south, Villese is still getting raided by Hussars, and this has been a thorn in his side the entire game. Hussar raids everywhere, and even though the front is getting pushed back, still Villese is losing so many villages. Look at that, 101 eco KD. He's just getting raided to death over here. It's so exhausting to have to deal with this many raids, especially when you lack wood. When you like food. And look at that wood count. Look at that wood count for Villese. He does not have wood at all. He doesn't have wood. He needs the wood down here, but there's no wood control whatsoever. There's no wood control he can take over here. Villese cannot win this game anymore. If Slam just keeps denying the wood here for Villese, what is Villese going to make? That army count he has right now is just going to die. And it will not be replenished this time around. As yeah, Villese also getting raided in the north now. More villagers on farms going down. It's not a ball of cavalry archers he can deal with at all. I think after an exciting, awesome late stage game, I think that Villese is probably going to have to call it GG here. And we'll go to a game 3 with a tie. I just do not see how Slam is going to lose this game. 80 villagers now for Villese. Again, barely any wood. You know, he's trying to get his wood count up, but has army everywhere right now. There's army everywhere in his base, but there's just so much to look at, so much to deal with. Always reacting to what Slam is doing, basically. Slam is just spamming in, using 78 farmers, spamming in the hussars here to get a lead on Villese. Villese trying to get a town center up and some villagers going down on that as well. As, yeah, 78 villagers, 78 military at the same time. That's kind of ironic. As now we have a fight in the main base here for Villese, trying to push away these cavalry archers. Cavalry archer numbers have dropped over the last 15 minutes or so. And Slam doesn't have the gold to reboom them anyways, but he knows all he needs to do now is just keep this ball alive and keep spamming hussars. That's all he needs to do. All he needs to do. He's denying the woodline over here. He's denying the woodline over there. Villese is spending his last resources on whatever army he can scramble out. Has survived as long as he can, but it's just not enough, right? All that military in the world, the 70 military he has right now, not enough, right, to deal with the raids everywhere. And Villese says GG, which we didn't see because it was in the blue like that. But that was hard to see. Funny. Anyways, Villese saying GG, and Slam ties it up in a 1-1, and you know that does not surprise me. Honestly, I was expecting this to go to game 5 as well. Honestly, again, both players are very strong, and Slam looking a bit on the back foot there earlier. But yeah, again, Indians have those options. Burgundians just don't really have anything to deal with this, because anytime you try to go for Paladin, it's gonna be heavy gambling and you die. So you have to do something else. If Villese tried to go with some trash play, but yielding the mobility to Slam, and Slam was like, okay, fine, we're gonna raid it over here, raid it over there, and then raid over here again. And look at the amount of villagers that Villese lost. 164 losses for him. Craziness, absolute craziness. And then still he was at 70 villagers, right, after losing that many vills. Like, definitely testament to him being able to reboom. Look at that, 20 villagers in the queue. Yeah, you can't keep that up forever. You see, that was a big deal right there. Like when Slam started raiding over here, see? He started raiding and Villese's economy started dropping and Villese rebooming again, but then he started raiding again, and that was difficult to deal. Look at how little what little denting you got going on over here in Slam's army count. It just kept being, he kept it up high, he kept spamming hussars, kept his cavalry archers alive for the most part, and that was good. KD much better for Slam as a result of that. Wow, 741 kills, 473 losses, I mean, for Slam only, so that's pretty good. Economy-wise, yeah, economy-wise, much better for actually, just the teams seem a bit better for Villese. Mostly the food count, actually. He actually had the better farming economy after all, but at the end, Slam got his farm count up, and boom! Boom! Lots of hussars out. Hera should be proud. So relic gold as well from Villese here. I was just looking at that. A little bit more than Slam, but it's because both of them just got their relics, and then the game lasted very long. So, wow, it was an hour and double as long as the last game. So pretty nice for that. And the max vill count, yeah, Villese, again, booming up to a nice max vill count, but it's Burgundians. What do you translate that into? And if the Indian player doesn't go camels from the get-go, you don't get to go infantry against them. Like, imagine, like, you could go for a Flemish pikeman. Yeah, that would be hilarious, though. Yeah. Any case, let me update the scoreboard. That should be 1-1 now. And, yep, there we go. And let's see if game 3 is available. It is available, so let's get into that. Luckily, Kadashini has come back here to give us the game ID. Very nice. Like that. We're only 4 minutes behind. That's okay. We'll catch up. We'll catch up. So I'll show you the draft maybe after this game if they take a break or something like that. You know, because it's going to be an important game because whoever wins this gets the match point and the other person has to fight for their tournament lives, which they're already doing anyways, but even more so in Game 4, which we will go to a Game 4 for sure. That we do know for sure now. That's not spoiling anything. Let's see if there's spec delay. No spec delay, so we're good. Let's get ready to rumble. And yep, there we go. Perfect stuff. Alrighty, welcome to the third game. There you go. The third game between Villese and Slam. It is a tie, and oh no, oh god, no. Oh boy. Okay, so Slam is gone for Tatars. And it is Berbers for Villese. And if there's any Civ that can counter Cavalry Archer Civ, it is Berbers. It's just absolute hell to have to fight against. I mean, think about it. What do Tatars do? Cavalry Archers. What do Berbers do? That's cute. We'll have some stone and make some Camel Archers, which counter your unit. Get bonus damage versus Cavalry Archers. Trust me, it's absolute hell to play against. And no, the Silk Armor Tech is not going to save you there. That bonus damage still applies. So what do Tatars do otherwise? They have okay cavalry. They have camels. So there's that. But yeah, it's not anything special at that. You get fully upgraded cavalry at least, you know, there's that. You can go for heavy camel, that's not a problem as well. But yeah, with Tatars, I don't know, man. That's going to be very difficult for Slam. Especially if he wants to go for Cavalry Archers again. Because that would be the third game in a row he's trying to go for Cavalry Archers. And if Slam tries that, Villese is like, if you're going to go for that, I'm going to go for a castle and I'm going to destroy you with Camel Archers. And Camel Archers are beastly. So this is going to be an uphill battle for Slam. Just because Berbers, they have the right tools to deal exactly with the kind of civilization that Tatars is. Like any cavalry civ struggles against camel civs, right? You know? And Tatars are technically a cavalry civ. They have camels though, so it's okay. But if you're a cavalry archer civ, it's hell. Hell against Berbers. Absolute hell. Because they have that one freaking unique unit that is 1, OP, and 2, very good against cavalry archers. Now, I don't want to oversell it too much, because remember, Berbers need to get the cast slaves before they start to shine, so it is possible to kill them early on. And that might be something that Slam needs to do here. But think about it, Tatar's not the best early game civ either. You know, they have a pretty weak late early game actually. So, struggles. Now let's have a look at the maps. It looks like the woodline spawned quite far away from the players here. It's technically 4 wood lines, as you can see. This is supposed to be 2 wood lines, but that doesn't matter. Got a forward gold on a hill, so this is an important hill for Villese to control. He must control this one. A castle on this hill would be really nice, actually. You got some berries in the back at the bottom of this hill, so that's a very flat hill. You could TC that and then farm on it, and it would look pretty. Yes, let's do it. You know, you might not win the game, but you might win the best prize for best, prettiest looking town. We got some stone in the back, very important now. There's even already wall in there, so just securing the stone already is important, because if you want to go for camel archers, you must have a castle, therefore you must have stone. So it's always important to think about that, especially for civs that have strong, unique units, right? Like Spanish. That's why I always look, where's the stone for Spanish? Because the likelihood of going conquistadors is quite high, right? It's not like for most civs, you always got to ask, why are you going for the unique unit? With Spanish, it's more like, why are you not going for unique unit? It's the opposite question completely. As Slam is looking for Villese, but he is going the wrong way, is he? Oh, yeah, nope, that's the wrong way. Of course, he doesn't know that. Although, hang on a sec, that stone right there, that is Villese's stone. That is 4 tiles of stone. So actually, Slam seeing that, he should know that Villese should be somewhere near this stone. The fact that he's going this way is actually, actually the wrong way. As Villese is also looking for Slam, he's now going to go to the left, so he will at least find Slam's base before it is too late. You know, if Slam is going to go for some wonky shenanigans, although it might just be scouts for everyone again. Yeah, Slam now seeing the barracks. I'm not seeing anything produced, so it's going to be scouts for Slam here, and for Villese, same thing. So again, a scout opening here for both players. That just kind of fits their style, I guess. Totally fine, of course. Hang on, let me fix something. Boom, there we go, perfect. Yeah, is there anything else we may really need to talk about? I think we just need to wait until players get going in the Villese. The Villese is going to be important. If Slam can do a whole lot of damage to Villese and can stop Villese from getting the castle age before him, that is good for Slam. That is something that Slam will probably want to do. All-in feudals are on the table here. But I don't think it's going to be an all-in feudal because Slam is walling up a lot of his base. You wouldn't do that if you're just going to go all-in feudal. Because again, aggression on the other side of the map. You don't need walls. You know, and especially, and you might say, yeah, but what if you lose? Then the walls are there to stop your opponent from going in. But if you're going all in and you lose the all in, then you just lose. Again, you don't need the walls. If you're doing it well, you should never, you should put so much pressure on your opponent that they never have the time, the possibility to even go forward, right, to attack you. And this is a lot of investment as well, so it just weakens your all in if you're trying to do that. Wait, it's going to be a stable now for Slam, obviously a stable going up for Villese as well. He's building on top of this hill, I like that. You know, start to control your gold a little bit. He'll probably complete this wall like this, and then wall over here. Very nice. But yeah, so I wonder what Slam's strategy is going to be. He has gone for cavalry archers in the last 2 games with varying results. It worked in the second game. It did not work in the first game. You know, in the first game, Slam's opponent had very good options to counter his cavalry archer. Second game, not so much, but this game, yes, very much. So, not sure if you want to go for cavalry archers here. And if you're not going to go for CA with the Tars, then what are you going to go for? Good question. Keshiks? No. Camels? Guess you kind of have to, huh? But then still, Camel's not really an awesome unit, is it? As Villese is kind of scouting out the top of his base, he just wants to see how am I going to wall that. He sees the wood line, but I hope he doesn't assume that goes to the edge of the map, because it does not. So I hope he scouts that, because he still needs to wall a little bit over there. Now, Villese, of course, wants to get the castle age. That's not just because he's up against Slam or that he's up against the Tars. It's because he's Berbers. The fun starts in castle age. Is when you can spam cheap knights, cheap camels, cheap everything. Well, cheap stable units, really. So Villese is just going to go for the big walls here. He wants to keep his base as safe as possible. And we'll keep an eye out if he's going to go to stone. But I think that's also going to depend on whether Slam is going to get cavalry archers out or not. Just Villese will probably keep an eye out on that one. Like if you don't see a lot of, for example, if you detect that Slam is up to the next stage, right? And you click his scouts and you see that there's not a lot of upgrades on them, but specific upgrades, right? So we got bloodlines, we got just bloodlines, but no armor. That is an indication, because that's what he did last time as well. You know, bloodlines but no armor on the scouts, as the scouts are taking the fight here against Villese. Because you don't need cavalry armor for your cavalry archers, obviously. You only need bloodlines. That one applies to both. That's how you could tell. Although players do like to get bloodlines first and then armor, so... in some cases. So, yeah, I usually get armor first because I usually... my gold economy is usually pretty bad at the end of the start of feudal. Or not, the end of feudal, I mean. Because I just clicked up the castle age. And then I can't afford bloodlines, so then I just get armor first. Nah, that would just be me. Wow, I feel so lazy right now, just following these scouts around while I can just sit, you know, and just observe for a second without having to move the mouse or anything like that. Oh God, isn't this awesome? We're just paying a little bit of money, you know, to keep capture rates running, to support it, because I'm totally fine with that. It's a great program. I'm happy to contribute to the further development of the program. As in return, we get awesome little bits that. You know, the plebs that aren't pro don't get. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it is really nice, actually. You know, it's nice to just be able to follow units like that. It's very chill. Also, another thing that I could do is make, you know, of course I have time controls on here, and I can also make chapters, which I think the hotkey is F4 for that, but I'm not sure about that. And I'm also very scared that I will be holding Alt or anything like that while I click that, which is, of course, is not a click combination I want to have. As, oh boy. Castle Age for Slam, right? He's already clicking up now. Villese is right behind that, but it's an archer range going up as well. Something that Villese can just not see. Villese is not on stone, so Well, Villese has clicked up, but if Slam is again gonna go for cavalry archers here, which this this archer range indicates, he can't actually drop any more because he doesn't have the wood right now. Then maybe camel archers for Villese is not a bad idea at all. I wonder if Villese sees an archery range, if he's immediately gonna go to stone. I wonder, because he definitely has it in his back pocket. He must know that. Yeah, it's gonna be cavalry archers. He's gonna do it again. Now remember that the Tara cavalry archers, yes, they get the bonus damage, right? Like if you stand on a hill, you do way more damage, 50% more, or is it 100% more? I'm not sure what it is. You do more hill bonus damage than anyone else would. So it's very dangerous to fight uphill against the Tars. As in, don't. Just don't. Don't do it. Just micro away, fight yourself a hill, fight downward, because at least they don't get any extra bonus from fighting uphill themselves. Right? They take the same amount of damage as anyone else. They don't do more damage or anything like that. It's only when they are up on the top of the hill that the Tars do significantly more damage. That's when. So that's pushing this away for now. Still has not scouted the fact that Slam has gone for cavalry archers. He could see it maybe now, actually. He could maybe see it. He can definitely see it if he gets the castles. He wants to see. See that? He wants to see. He's really anxious. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see. In the castles, he gets more vision on this. He's scouting around. He wants to see what's Slam building over here, because he knows it as well. If Slam's going to hide something, that's where you would put it. Unfortunately, though, it's going to run away now and still does not see those freaking archery ranges. He also is getting up a town center as well, which is going to delay your castle for now, so... I mean, it's freaking Slam, and he's gone for cavalry archers the last 2 games, so... Yeah, but this time Villese has a nice counter unit to it. So even if Slam shows them now, let's see. Let's see what Villese is going to do. There, now he sees them. You can see them now. There you go. It was a micro right there, so Villese did see this. So let's see what Villese's reaction to this is going to be. Because he's making camels right now. Not the best unit against cavalry archers because they don't have pierce armor. He's also making a scorpion. That's actually better against cavalry archers, you know, as a counter. Well, let's see. He's building another town center. Town center on stone. Yep, that's on stone. He can't place it on the stone. He's probably cussing at that right now. Like, you damn map generation. You're not letting me put a town center on the stone here and yeah, but that's supposed to be on the stone. So Villese is gonna go for a castle. It's just gonna take a while. It's going to take a while. He only has 39 villagers yet. You know, your economy is quite fragile. Going to stone early is it puts a heavy toll on your economy. So this is true. As Slam's just gonna try to do the same thing he did last time. Villese wants to stop that from happening. Goes for some house walls, but nope, doesn't go up. Or at least they go up, but very little HP, so that's not going to stay up too long. As Villese coming in with the other side with camels, and Slam is to run away there, taking some hits on his cavalry there. Cavalry archers will get away unscathed, though. And, oh well, second armor upgrade is in for Villese, but remember, Berber camels don't really get that, as Villese is trying to block the cavalry archers from the other side. And the block is complete! The block is complete! The cavalry archers are stuck! They can't run out right now! They're trying to run out, Slam is trying to run away, and in melee, cavalry archers are way worse. What a nice trap there from Villese. Sacrificing his scouts to allow the camels to get in some hits there. Now the cavalry archer numbers, again, were lower than before. And now they have to run away from these units again. And Slam, yeah, he's dropping a town center to just get some more eco out as well. Meantime, Villese is just happily on stone. Happily on stone. And he knows if he can get to a castle, he's fine. If he can get to a castle, right now he's just distracting Slam as much as he can. Keeping these numbers as low as he can. But he also knows that big ball of cavalry archers not as much of a problem this time around. For one, you have all the upgrades on skirmishers if you need that. 2, camel archers. I mean, if Slam can't do a lot of damage with these cavalry archers, the moment that a castle goes up, that's problem. Only 5 villagers on stone though, so it's not a very big hurry, but it's also because otherwise you can't afford to make units, and especially can't afford 3 town centers producing villagers right now. So that makes sense to me, right? You need a castle, but you're not in that much of a hurry just yet. It's more important to get your economy rolling as well. As Villese, house walls behind his palisade walls. Scorpions are here to start shooting though, and yeah, Slam not very happy about that. He's gonna run away. Slam with the bigger military, of course, has 2 town centers as opposed to 3, so Villese is 10 villagers ahead. As Villese trying to break through the palisade wall, but that's not gonna happen. And that knight's just gonna go down. Cavalry archer still raiding on this side, and ooh, there's a hole. Oh, okay. Bless, come on. He'll probably notice that at some point. I hope he notices it now. Oh, there's a hole. Okay, house wall, nice. Okay, keeps these cavalry archers out just for a second, long enough for the scorpions to do serious damage. Yeah, so Slam doesn't want to risk it. He's gonna run away from that because remember, you still have to fight the scorpions after you punch through the house. So it's not like it's not like it's an easy pickings. And remember, they also have the hill in you. So yeah. And good evening, Gwork. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Welcome. Just in time for the third game here between Slam and Villese. It's 1-1, and either side could win it. But, yeah, if you look at the civilizations for the two players, you can probably tell who is will probably have the better civilization to close this out. Stone count rising steadily for Villese, although he's putting more villagers on stone now, a bit more urgency to it. He wants that castle up, and a castle might go up maybe on a hill over here, maybe in front of his main gold on this other stone, right? Camel archers, oh yes. Slam has 21 cavalry archers, but the thing is, as soon as camel archers come out, that's going to be a problem for you. They counter you. They do. Scorpion's getting in some nice shots as well, defending this little hole, so if cavalry archers want to come in through this, that's going to be a problem. All good, not a lot of time to tune in town, but it's nice for the few minutes I have. Well, I appreciate the few minutes you could spend here, man. Like, you know, I really appreciate that. So, hey, everyone's welcome to come and go as they please. Like, I see myself as entertainment that is on demand, right? If you want to watch something interesting, I will be here for you to watch. Yes, oh boy, Villese is here. Can barely see the castle. Now he sees it. Villagers are building it though, but oh boy, that's only 25%. And why is this castle going up over here? Ay. And now Villese knows. Okay, I mean, Slam knows. Castle. Well, I knew that, but I'm going to deny this as long as I can. And Villese now has to spam a whole lot of military to push these cavalry archers away from this castle, kind of creating your own little problem there. Yeah, that castle is painful. That's not too good for Villese, honestly. Because Slam now has a target. He now has a target to defend. If he can stop this castle, from going up, then Villese is in trouble. Because camels only work so long against cavalry archers, and not when there's already 30 on the field. So Villese, he's sending more villagers. He knows, I need to get this castle up right now. And Slam is perfectly happy microing around and harassing here as good as he can. There's not enough camels to kill all of this, and there's so many cavalry archers, but I think Slam is going to give up on that castle. There's enough camels to maybe push this away for now. Some cavalry archers going down as well. A lot of them are kind of weak as well. As you can see, the HP is like 2/3. Castle goes up, and that's exactly what he needed. And now camel archers can come out for Villese, also kind of shielding the left side of his base. You know, some wood lines that he will need for that as well. Now I would have preferred to see the castle go up here. Then again, it keeps the cavalry archers away from the eco for a while. Exactly. You know, like it definitely shields you a little bit over this. And Slam is losing a bunch of cavalry archers over here in this fight. Not the best fight for Slam. Like, he already is going to be up against camel archers in a second here. And then you still lose your cavalry archers as well. Nice micro, though. Nice micro. No ballistics for scorpions, huh? Oh, nice shot, though. Scorpion should go down here as well. There it goes. Castle will indeed protect the left side, although I would have liked to see it go up here, because now you can't access the stone for more castles, right? You're stuck with the stone over here. Castle going up on this side as well, so more camel archers, but again, the main gold not very safe. Not very safe indeed. They actually, Villese actually has to go back to his back gold right there. Because this place is kind of compromised. Not a whole lot of camel archers out just yet. They also don't even have fletching just yet. So it's going to take a while. Just a second. The stable hill would... Yeah, exactly. This is a really nice castle position. I thought like, just delete some buildings there. Boom. Castle. Perfect. And now you're still kind of in a pickle here. Slam at 84 villagers. He's catching right up with the boom as well. 92 for Villese. But if Villese can get his camel archer numbers up, then we're good here. We're good. I mean, look at that. Extra attack versus cavalry archers, 4. And that makes all the difference in the world. And they have a higher base attack as well, 7 instead of 6. So as soon as Botkin Arrow, as Botkin Arrow comes in, very good. But he has to think in the next gold, that's true. I mean, he has some gold in the back, so at least there's that. A Slam. Oh, he wants to go up the Imp. Look at that. He is selling his wood right now, wants to go up the Imp right there in a second. Because he also recognizes that Castle 8, the longer it goes, the better it is for Berbers, because they have the better options. And you don't want to overstay your welcome. And I think Villese, maybe a bit too late with the Camel Archers, right? Maybe a bit too late with the Camel Archers, honestly, right? Like, it still takes a while to get a ball going. You still need to get all your upgrades now. And Slam has still been able to do a whole lot of damage with this ball of Cavalry Archers, which he's not making any more right now. You might switch into a different unit, like, say, Paladin. Why not? Or even... Well, I wouldn't go for infantry here. It's got to be Paladin or Cavalry Archers. So one of the two. The villagers snipes, the Cavalry Archers do have to run away from the camels a little bit, because camels do a whole lot of damage to them if they get up close. Yeah, some Cavalry Archers do go down. Also get sniped by the Camel Archers, which do not have ballistics, by the way. And, oh, Slam needed a second building, didn't he? Well, that's hilarious. Yeah, Camel Archers, again, not in the same amount of numbers here. You know, Slam still has 14 Cavalry Archers on the field here. And Cavalry Archers, again, look at that. Okay, they have Thumb Ring. Villese does not have Thumb Ring right now. So the Camel Archers, yes, they counter Cavalry Archers, but not in smaller numbers. Not when you're downhill from them, and not when they have Thumb Ring, and you do not. So yeah, Villese is... I don't know. He's Berbers. He should be able to beat Tatars with Berbers, but right now Slam is playing it really well. Put in enough pressure on Villese, and Villese has to defend for a while, especially as Slam is 1 minute away from Imperial Age. Villese is trying to get there as well, but you're also making a gold intensive unit, which definitely doesn't help you here. He's chasing down some straggling Cavalry Archers. I'm not sure what unit Slam is going to go for. Looks like he's going to stick with some... I mean, it might even be skirmishers, honestly, against the Camel Archers. As now Cavalry Archers still raiding Villese's base. It's 100 versus 100 villagers, basically. There's some Cavalry Archers in the farmland. Its castle, of course, does not stop the Cavalry Archers from running right past. It's, yeah, Slam is all over, recognizing that these Cavalry Archers have... You know, have a limit to what they can do here. But they're doing a lot right now. They're doing so much. And Villese says GG. And Slam beats Villese while Villese has Berbers. What an amazing victory. Remember what I said at the start of the game. There's not a single Civ matchup that is impossible to win. Berbers versus Cavalry Archer Civ is difficult to win, but it can be done. And I think it was a combination of Slam playing really well and Villese kind of... Not going to Camel Archers in time here. If you mass these, they're almost impossible to kill. Almost impossible to kill these Camel Archers. But he waited so long to get the castle up. Then Slam actually denied this castle for a really long time as well. And all that delay was good enough. And now it's Imperial Age for Slam. He has Cavalry Archers all over the place. Even if they're going to get cleaned up. Still, economy for him is going to be so much better. Yeah, Slam played really well, and just a mistake by Villese, I would say. You know, I mean, he wasn't able to scout it. I mean, Slam hit it, but honestly, I think you can expect it from Slam at this point. He's been going Cavalry Archers every game so far. Every game. So, I think this is one of those cases where maybe an assumption is okay to make. And even if he goes Knights, Camel Archers are still beastly against Knights. I mean, look at this unit. It's fast. It's faster than Knights, and it has even more base attack than a Cavalry Archer. So just going all in Camel Archers at the start to get some damage in, even if it's Knights from your opponent. If he then goes Knights, then just make Camels then, right? It's cheap. You can always switch into Camels. That's fine. But at least you have your castle up. You can make Camel Archers, and if Slam thinks about switching into Cavalry Archers, he's going to get punished big time by it. So I think that would have been the better approach here, in my opinion. But again, I'm not a pro player. I would never say that I know better than them. No. But hindsight's 2020, and you know, this we can all agree that it didn't work out the way it should have worked out for, or at least how Villese wanted it to work out. And losing with Berbers to Tatars is. You know, at this level, it is a tough pill to swallow, because it is really is a bad matchup for Tatars. Like, the best unit they have really is technically Camels. And then you're still outmassed, so that's bad. Cavalry Archers, in theory, get countered, but not if you stop them from getting the counter. Yeah, it's just really well played. Look at the KD as well, 92 to 45. Crazy. And I think that castle, this was the biggest mistake. That castle, yeah, that's nice, defending these wood lines, but I think right on the hill would have been much better. Much better. I don't think that Slam would have been able to deny that as easily. It would have saved you, you know, you would have been able to take more stone on that side as well, more castles. Your gold would have been safer. I don't know. I would have preferred it there. I thought the castle was going to go up there, but then Villese decided to put it up here. Any case. I don't want to ramble too much because I'm pretty sure we're going to go to a game 4 in a second here. Yeah, much better KD for for Slam there. Cavalry archers will do that. And hey, it's kind of the same, right? It's kind of the same. You agree about the castle? Yeah, I mean, makes sense to me at least. But it's kind of the same, right? This situation with Britons versus Goths. In theory, Goths should be able to counter anything that Britons do. But not until Huskarls come out. Before Huskarls come out, Britons are way better than Goths. Way better. And you can easily go crossbows and do a lot of damage. As long as you stop them from getting to that counter unit, you can go for whatever unit you want. And yeah, the second castle, again, I agree. That castle doesn't really shield a whole lot of your economy, right? It shields this side a little bit. But say a castle maybe right there, to protect this gold. Or even right here, where, there was a giant ball of cavalry archers. I know at that point it was kind of impossible to get it up there, but just imagine. You have to play skirms until he could get the number of camel archers. And that's true too. He has full upgrades on his skirmishes, so it's possible to go skirmishes here, push away his heavy cavalry archers, get your castles up, play defensive for a second, and then get the camel archers. Like, honestly, what does Slam do against the giant ball of camel archers? Beyond his own skirmishes, that's about it. And then it's just too easy for Villese to add in some hussars. And then you have your ideal comp. Yeah. But yeah, well played by Slam. And also putting him in a great position to win this set now. So let me update the score here. Slam taking the lead now after being behind. Very good for him. It was risky to build the forward the second, and he needed to get number of cavalry archers. Yeah, that's true. I mean, at that point, right? At that point, building that second castle forward as well was risky. That's true. On the right side, he could have put it in front of that TC. That would have worked. But yeah. I mean, maybe a bit too tunnel vision on getting those camel archers. Like, he knew as well, camel archers OP, I must get the camel archers, right? But maybe, yeah, it's just like the Tatars. Like, sometimes the Tatar players get tunnel vision on cavalry archers. Like, I want to get cavalry archers. But sometimes going crossbows first is better than switching into cavalry archers immediately. At least, you also immediately use that power spike that the Tatars get, free thumb ring, and you usually already have archers from the feudal age. So, anyways, game 4 is started. So let's catch up a little bit because we're still slightly behind, but that's okay. That's okay. We're not in any rush here. They will be though. I mean, yeah. I mean, there were still some things that Villese could have done, indeed. But I mean, it's not. Well, he wasn't dead yet, but it wasn't looking good for him. So I hope for his sake that he's going to be able to counter what Slam is going to do here. Sorry, whoa. There was a little error message there for capture rate. Perfect. Here we are. Alrighty, 4th game. Let's go. Hype. Well, we have Sicilians for Villese now and Khmer for Slam. Ooh. What do we prefer here? I mean, I prefer Sicilians because I don't like Khmer as a Civ, really. That's not really my favorite Civ to play. But that doesn't mean that because Sicilians are necessarily better than Khmer here. Now, when it comes to cavalry, Khmer are definitely worse than Sicilians. I think that goes without saying. The knights for Sicilians are better than they are for Khmer, especially when you get to the late game, when you have Halberd Cavalier. That's not something that the Khmer player can do. Also, the knights for the Sicilian player don't take 50% only 50% of the bonus damage, right? So going pikeman is not as effective for Khmer as it would be against any other Civ. So we will see. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have other options. Khmer, of course, can play crossbows. So can the Sicilians. They have arbalest, both of them, I think. So, hey, this game might still go weird. I mean, Slam might go for ballista elephants. What are the odds of that, huh? I don't think we're going to see ballista elephants unless Villese decides to go for sergeants. Then suddenly, Ballista elephants wouldn't be the worst thing, although honestly I would go for scorpions in that case, but you know, or archers and scorpions or something like that. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get to see that though. Now, as for Slam's base, we can definitely give it a prize for the most pretty looking base, like this little oasis over here, and then a nice little wood line on this side. I like it. It looks pretty. It looks very pretty. You know, a nice little bowl here. Now, he has gold technically a bit on the back. It's kind of on the side, really. It's not really back or forth, but it's kind of behind this wall. If you wall around it, I guess it will be okay. You might even go for a full wall to the edge of the map on this side. That's a big wall, though, to get up, so I don't know if that's going to be the case. You're also Khmer, so Khmer don't tend to wall at all anyways, because you have houses to protect yourself with. At least so goes the idea. Nice wood line on the front, though. That's a nice little wall to go to use there. I suspect the wall might come up on this side because it's too easy to wall this up like that. That's a nice wall up. And that way your stone is also behind safe, but no other resources. And that's unfortunate because all the other resources for Slam are forward, and especially both his golds on the other side of this wood line. That is unfortunate. That requires a TC to go up like right here. You can't even TC this gold. So that's a castle candidate right there. Like a castle boom right there. Would be pretty good. Anyways, as for Villese, who is Sicilians, we got back berries, we got back gold. That's a much better base for him. Also, this gold is to the back as well, so, you know, that's easy to expand this way and keep it safe. As for his other gold, that's not a nice gold. That's also not a gold you can TC. That's a castle gold for sure. Castle on this hill, you know, would be nice. Actually, not a whole lot of hills in the front of his base. Also an advantage for Villese. So I would say Villese's base does look a little bit better than Slam's base, honestly. I mean, it does... It's not as pretty as Slam's base, right? It looks kind of messy compared, you know, the oasis is on the wrong side. The water seems to be dripping off the edge of the map, you know. Like, this looks picture perfect right there. I love it. Look at that. You can take a screenshot right there, and it's a pretty Arabian town. I like it. Except he's Khmer, and they didn't really live in Arabia. Damn, yeah, have you seen the game of the Hours League to Nikop versus Capo? Nikop played. I did. Someone actually earlier said that. I was at who was it? I think it was Ramses or something like that. I think it was Ramses who said that. He said he told me about that, and I think he was gonna send me the link. But if you have the link, please feel free to drop it in Discord because I'd like to see that game. Elephant Archers, Pog. I would like to see that game. So yeah, if you could get me the link or something, that would be really nice. If it's not already in the Discord, either way, but I would. Hey, I mean, I'm not like I'm gonna cast it or anything, but I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. But that could be something I can watch later, you know, when the tournament for the day is complete. Anyway, we got Slam scouting around a little bit with his scout. You know, seeing what Villese is doing. He's seeing a wall on the right side. Villese walling a bit more. You know, he's trying to get himself a little bit more security here. Now, the irony is that. Who says that the Earth is a globe? AoE says that it's flat. Exactly. If you're a flat earther, you will approve, right? Exactly. You walk to the edge of the map and you will fall off. You can't go to the other side of the map because of it, you know. Because otherwise, imagine, this scout could run to the other side of the map right there and then come out on this side. Imagine that. Like how easy it would be for Slam to start attacking with siege this way and then arrive right in the back of Villese's base. That would be cool, though. I have a great idea for a scenario right now. It would require a shit ton of triggers, but you can just make all sorts of little triggers on the edge of the map, and if you put a unit right in there, you just make it loop. If a unit enters here, it gets transported to the other side. It gets transported like to the other side of the map, but like not in the same tile, because otherwise you would get an infinite loop. That wouldn't work. But like right there, and then you can keep walking. Oh, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that. That's gonna be insane. Oh, that's a great idea. No one spoil it. I'm gonna make that scenario tonight, immediately. That's great. We're gonna play that. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Okay, I don't know how to make a map script out of it though, because we'll have to get someone else for that. But I'm gonna make that. That's cool. Let's do it. It's like round Earth AoE 2. Fantastic stuff. Oh, you could also take the Earth scenario and apply it to there as well. So you can actually sail from America to Asia through the Pacific. That would make the Earth map so much better, right? Because then it's not one way all the time. Oh, that's cool. There's so much cool stuff. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna make it. No worries, no worries. I got this. Everyone shh about it though, so no one steals the idea. That could be a lot of fun. Okay, well, we got scouts from both players. Well, everyone, they just keep going scouts, man. These two players, they just swear by scouts. I have not seen a single archer. Not a single archer from either of them. Not a single one. Nobody goes archers. They just keep going scouts. Yeah, actually, I've not seen a single archer this entire set. That's weird. I've seen skirmishers, yes, but I've not seen archers at all. Like, it's been scouts into knights or cavalry archers for both players. Now, we know now that at least Khmer cannot go for cavalry archers. That's at least not really a good option for them. Although, wouldn't be the first time that Slam is going to go for cavalry archers, even though it's not really the strength of his civ, you know. Although Huns, Indians, Tatars, they have good cavalry archers, you know. Not so much Khmer. They kind of lack thumb ring. That's a big deal. As we do have an archer range now for Slam, and he makes a skirmisher. Damn it, Slam! Damn it! At least make one archer. Otherwise, people are gonna be like, wait, what is this set? Also, why are we making skirmishers? Because Sicilians don't. I mean, I guess against the spearmen then. Okay, so because like what I'm puzzled about is the fact that we have a scout war, right? Khmer already kind of on the back foot because you don't have spearmen. That's a big problem, and because you're up against Sicilian scouts, so your own spearmen wouldn't really work anyways. So you need something against your opponent's spearmen. So Slam is gonna make skirmishers as a, in response to that. Yes, but those skirmishers already get countered by scouts as well, so it's still really tricky, really tricky. And Slam's gold is not very safe. The way he has walled, this gold is still outside of his walls. So Villese, very happy to be able to pressure that. But Slam is making a whole lot of scouts. You know, this is what Khmer players do. You get your farms up, you start spamming scouts. That's pretty much the only thing they do, really. But again, no spearmen from the Khmer player. I don't know, man. Personally, I would always just make a barracks just to get the spearmen out. It's just not worth it. Like, it's because it's so easy for your opponent to push your scouts back, and then you're stuck at your own base, but defending your own base. You're not able to go forward, deny walls, and do damage. Not that that's possible anymore anyways, because, well, the walls are up. And so, yeah, Slam quick walls in his gold for now, so that's safe against melee units. Not so much against ranged units, but again, no one makes archers here, so it's okay. Yeah, and that's why also the skirmisher choice is a little sus, right? Because there's no archers on the field for Villese, so there's no... Yeah, it doesn't... I don't know. Skirmish is not the best counter to spearmen, in my opinion. They're cheap, that's true, but still. But like, Slam has way more military on the field right now than Villese does. Like, Villese is thinking more about economy, but he is getting some upgrades on his scouts right now. He kind of feels the need to, because he needs to catch up with the numbers that Slam is on the map. These skirmishers now will help you push back the spearmen here as well. And if you get bloodlines, you can even fight the spearmen without taking too much losses here. Wait, hang on. If you don't, well, you guys look at this for a second. Let me write that idea down, because I know my brain. I am going to forget about that. Damn it, now the pen runs out. Are you kidding me? Really? I've been using this for months and now it runs out? Alright. Well, I guess I'll just put it on a file or something like that. Hang on. I want to write it down because I am stupid. I will forget. Besides, this is where we have to look anyways, as Villese is still running away. Still doesn't have the same number of scouts as Slam does, but he is going up to the castle age. So that's pretty good. And there you go. Okay, it's written down. Now I won't forget. Now we will definitely have this map. Anyways, where were we? So, yeah, Castle Age for Villese, of course, made way fewer scouts, but has with all his maneuvers, right? Instead of just running right home and allowing Slam to just walk all the way up to his base, what Villese has done, he's just said, okay, I'm just going to maneuver, I'm going to threaten, I'm going to pretend I'm taking fights, just delay. And now he's going up to Castle Age, and this giant army for Slam hasn't actually done this. It hasn't actually been able to get the clear up so far. Right? Hasn't been able to get the clear up so far. And yeah. That's the thing. If you're investing this much in feudal age, That's a problem, right? If your opponent just goes to castellates and doesn't take any damage. Like Slam right now, he is like a full 2 minutes behind to the castellates, and he's now chasing scouts that Villese doesn't really care about. He's just gonna bring out some knights, and then yeah, not too hot for the Chimera player. And you want to break in, but now boof, it's castellates and Slam. He's still 2 minutes away, and Slam is probably gonna be like, oh, poop. So yeah. I mean, the best thing these scouts can do now is chase these Villese scouts around the back of the map. But yeah, again, not a whole lot of value you got from all that extra investment except delaying yourself to castellate. One knight will clear up all these skirmishes with ease. Yeah, Villese is just gonna add some town centers, can get to them first and get a head start in the Ville lead. Can get a Ville lead as a result of that. Although he is 2 villagers behind, but that's also because he went up to the castellates, right? That is basically villager idle time as well, although it's not TC idle time. And wait, there come the knights, and yeah, you have all your upgrades. Well, actually not. Actually, only bloodlines on the scouts. I'm glad that he didn't get all the other upgrades because, well, that would have delayed him even more, and he would have never gotten to go to castellates. But look, it's already 5 knights on the field now, and Slam is still 20 seconds away. This is why making a whole lot of units, right? That's nice, but if you can't do any damage with your units, you know, with that extra invested resources, because it is basically, you got to see it as a bigger investment than what Villese did. You cannot get damage with that. You're going to fall behind, you know, because this army basically is doing nothing now. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? Slam! Again? Really? Okay. Oh god, Slam, I love you. I love you, Slam. This is hilarious. What did I say before again? Oh yeah, we're not really good with cavalry archers. They get cavalry archers, they only lack thumb rings, so it's alright, I guess, but... Oh, Slam. Now you're just being predictable. He's so predictable now that it's unpredictable. Because Villese will never expect this. He sees it now. He sees 1 archer range. He already knew about that, right? He can click these scouts and see, oh wait, there's not a lot of upgrades on them. Wait a second. Wait a minute. We've done this before. Yeah, well, what does Villese do against that one? He might actually have to go for crossbow here. Because, I mean, knights is nice and all, but cavalry archers are, how Slam plays it at least, cavalry archers are quite effective there. And Slam, he is doubling down on the cavalry archers as well. 4 frickin' ranges to get a lot of cavalry archers out quickly. That's funny though. I didn't see those archer ranges. That was why I was so surprised. I mean, it has been at least like 66% of the time it has been successful for him so far. But I mean, honestly, I did not see it coming to go cavalry archers again. Right? Again, this is the 4th time. This dude has not made a single archer this entire set. Has only gone for cavalry archers with every Civ that he's clicked, that he's gone for. And Villese, I mean, honestly, right, let's be honest here, Villese has struggled the last 2 games with those cavalry archers. Let's be honest, let's be really honest here. So, if you have something that works, there's no reason to stop doing it. So, I mean, I'm not criticizing the move, I'm just saying it's very unexpected. I'm pretty sure that Villese didn't expect it either, but he is going to prep the elite skirmisher this time around, and yeah, he's going to have to counter at least, but there's already 17 of them on the field. Jesus Christ. Wow. I guess allowing your villagers to go up a little bit later and collect more resources allows you to get 20 cavalry archers out just like that. Poof! Out of nowhere. Yeah, and Villese immediately stopped making knights. It's gone for skirmishers. And again, defensive play. So Villese, I guess what he could do here is just boom then, right? He has 2 town centers, could go for another one. Kind of an awkward TC spot. I think, let's see, where should the 3rd town center go? Maybe on the wood line over this side. Maybe on your go. Oh, actually, there's the 3rd one on stone. Ooh, I like that. So you can get some castles up. That's good. Castles, more TCs, all good for him. And yeah, look at that. There's already 26 cavalry archers on the field. That's just not even fair. And then the scouts from Slam are still left. That's the monk goes down without getting a conversion. And yeah, Villese still defending, right? Still has the knights with upgrades, so he can stick around here for now. But the cavalry archers can still kill his skirmishers because no padded archer armor. And I know it's tempting, right, to go for fletching and Botkin arrow first, but really the most important upgrade, and this is what T90 says as well, Right? The most important upgrades to get for skirmishers is armor. And I agree, Zergba. Also, ballistics. Also ballistic. Like, these skirmishers are now visible, but they can't actually kill these cavalry archers, which are constantly moving, constantly dodging javelins. You know, as long as Slam moves them around, you're not going to hit a single one of them. But especially not having armor right there. That was a big, big deal. Because you only have 4 archer armor. That means that these cavalry archers do 4 damage to you. They kill you really quickly. It's only 35 HP on these. It's not a whole lot. Ballistics now in as well, so at least the counter will work a little bit for now. But again, it's 69. Nice. Villagers for Villese and 53 for Slam. So Slam is again behind in the eco, but that is not a problem, right? He's done this every time so far. I love it. He actually has 3 working farms right now. Yeah, look at that. Look at Slam's economy. It's just wood and gold and a few food. A little bit of food. 3 farms, that's it. As Villese, oh boy, castle on the hill here. But Villese can see that. Oh, what bad luck. Villese is hoping that Slam is distracted in the south here. But Slam can see this castle go up. And Slam is like, again? Ooh, let's do this. Now, there is skirmishers this time around. So it's not the exact same situation, but it's not very good. Yeah, not good for Villese. And he's like, oh crap, how did he know that? He just had some cavalry archers posted there. Such bad luck for Villese again. But again, skirmishers are out. They are actually getting their upgrades now. I would still get the last armor upgrade as well. That would really, really make these cavalry archers ineffectual. You know, basically half their attack. Well, not half. It's getting both of these upgrades halves their attack from 4 to 2. And Slam still interested. He still wants to deny this castle. He doesn't want to allow Villese to get a nice position on that hill that would protect the front of his base. Also the gold. As now the Khmer player is spamming out some knights, and now your skirmishers are not looking too hot here. And Slam is trying to get into the minimum range, but I find that rarely works. That rarely works because for some reason skirmishers can still always kill you. And now Slam is losing a whole lot of cavalry archers, and now it's kind of like That's not the best here. That's not the best. Because now if you look at the military number, it's equal for both players. And it's 80 villagers for Villese, only 60 for Slam. And now more stables going up. And Villese is like, that was a good fight for me. That castle will go up at some point now. And I'm going to spam some Sicilian knights. And at that point, when we get to the late game, what do Khmer do? Like, normally you would go for a halberdier push, but even against Sicilians, that's not really your best option, because Sicilians, 1, siege, 2, cavalry that doesn't die to halberdiers really fast, 3, they have their own helps and their own infantry that's really strong. You know, if Villese really needed it, all he needed to do is just get First Crusade and just call up a bunch of sergeants to kill your halberdiers. Yeah, it's 3 TC versus 1, exactly, for a while. I mean, he added TCs now to get his economy up, but it's a bit too late already. Didn't do any damage, no eco kills for Villese, is in a better position. Yep, exactly. This is what matters. If you're going to go all in, this number better be way higher for you than it is for your opponent. If it's not, that means that your all in has not worked. And that means you're behind in eco. It must, right? If you're making fewer villagers, but you do not get any kills, that means you're behind in vill count. It's really that simple. It's like 2 plus 2 is 4, you know, and 3 plus 3 is 7. You know, it's very simple, that math. Yeah. Monk trying to get a conversion on the knight, but the cavalry archers are like, no, we don't like your religion. Of course, these knights are annoying, you know, for the skirmishers, but there's only a few, as Slam is going to go for a desperation forward castle, and this castle better go up here. Oh, that's never going to go up, is it? Oh, how does this go up? All that Villese needs to do now is spam some more knights here. There's only, what, how many villages are there? 9 villagers building this. They're not Sicilian, so it's not, they don't build that castle faster. Luckily for Slam, he does have some knights here, so he's trying. Villese is also trying to buy some stone. He wants to drop a counter castle. Oh, and that's a Sicilian castle. Sicilian castle that goes up twice as fast. Just watch this go up. You know, doubt is already there, but look how fast that goes. As Villese tries to get this up, the skirmish is going down. It's not a doubt castle for Villese, for the Slam here, but Villese's castle, it's gonna go up to this castle in the end. Doesn't really do much. Yeah, I don't know. Villese, 94 villagers, 78 for Slam. is going to try to raid around here. And ooh, please tell me you're going to wall this. House. 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 Yes, nice. We need a house over here as well. Yeah, house. Nice. Now trap the army. Oh, there's a hole in the middle. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Neither did Villese. He was looking for it. But unfortunately, he built an actual town, you know, with a street between the houses, the university. And now Slam is in your base. That's at least now he can do some good damage. Like, I mean, look at the Eco Kitty. It's actually 10-2 now. It's almost like he did damage. But Villese is a minute away from Imperial Age. Just get a trap out, start trapping you down. Slam is thinking about clicking up, but has the food, but doesn't have the gold, nor does he have the buildings, does he? Or does he? Oh no, actually he does. He has a castle. Never mind. I'm joking. Nice little palisade wall that will keep Slam out of there for a second, but of course he's just gonna break right through that. No problem. Knights coming back now. Sicilian knights coming back to defend their homeland. Few skirmishes to get some kills as well. Now it's Imperial Age for Villese. And this time around, you know, yes, Slam is doing a great job idling a lot of Villese's economy. Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be a Doubt Castle too, but it wasn't. It was a Slam Castle. But yeah, the problem is this time around, I think Villese actually has the military, right? The military to get to defend himself. He's gonna get his upgrades now, so that even that if he has the same number of military as Slam does, his military is gonna be much better, especially when Cavalier comes in, when the last armor upgrade comes in, and once Halberd comes in, and that is gonna be a point where cavalry archers are not gonna save you anymore. Just aren't. I mean, knights with 8 pierce armor, double what they have now. Crazy. Yeah, Villese already has to run away with these now. Last armor upgrade is in for Villese, so it's now 6 pierce armor, doing really well against these cavalry archers. Very nice indeed. As you can see, although the lion is chasing someone. Now, Slam has macroed his way up to the next stage. But yeah, Villese, has a castle, has 2 castles around this, so this castle crumbles very quickly there. 3 trebuchets out for him already. Can finally get this relic now. And yeah, you should see Villese come forward now to start pushing down the middle. Also, cavalry archer raids in the backside of Villese's base. There is some skirmishes, but there's also some knights for Slam to raid alongside. And then Villese has not noticed that yet, because otherwise he would immediately go for a conversion here. Yeah, Villese didn't see that. He didn't see that. As the knights... Oh, it's a Doubt Castle for Slam! Now it's a Slam Castle for sure, and Slam says GG. Oh, Slam says GG. The cavalry archer play did not work for Slam, and Villese ties it up. And like I said, it's game 5 for these 2 players. Man, that got a lot more exciting as this set went along. Like, I feel more energized now. 5th game, perfect stuff. And, well, do you think he's going to go for cavalry archers again in the next game? Oh, Slam. God, I love it. It's really funny though. It's just this guy. He hasn't made a single archer this entire set. That castle? Yeah. That freaking castle up here though. That was kind of like a desperation and YOLO move, really. It wasn't... I mean, like... Right? Yeah, there's already a castle up here. It's already really cramped to fight here. And then, you know, you're up against Sicilians. If they have the stone for a castle, it will go up. They build it so damn fast. Sicilian farms also never run out because of all that extra food that you have on them, which is why, I mean, with this upgrade, those farms never run out. Look at that, 535 food on a farm. Jeez. Compare that to Slam's farms, which have a horse collar, and that's it. Anyways, yeah, it's the 5th game. We're going to go to that. I'm going to quickly have a look at the statistics here because I want to get into the 5th game. And I also want to show the draft just for a second before we jump into the next game. Slam and Villese, similar KD, which means that Slam wasn't able to get a whole lot of villager kills on Villese. And that was the problem, right? He went basically all in cavalry archers, lots of military, but Villese didn't take any losses in the meantime. Just defended himself properly with skirmishes this time. See, skirmishes do their job. They do their job. It makes it really difficult to raid, that's true. Also, Khmer cavalry archers aren't like OP or anything. They kind of missed some important upgrades, so, you know. More resources collected for Villese. You know, his economy was much better, as you can see. Very good. And then APM-wise, Villese at the end, especially reacting to all those raids. And I don't know what that was, but was probably an important moment as well. Ready for the 5th game? I am ready for this. Now let's have a quick look at the draft. Although let me... Oh, whoops. A quick look at the draft. Did I say 12? It's not 12 to 2. Don't worry. Oh, game 5 is there already. Okay, we'll look at it really quickly then. Yes? Really quickly. Blah, 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 blah. Here you go. You guys can see it as well. So what did we have here? We had Indians... Oof. What's it again? Tatars win for Slam. He won with Indians as well. No, he lost with Indians. Khmer win for him. Let's see. Was it Was it? Yeah, Burgundian win. No, loss. Loss for Villese. Win with Berbers. No, loss with Berbers. Win with Sicilians. There we go. Oh boy. So it's Japanese and Vietnamese left for Slam, and I bet he's gonna go Vietnamese. That's my bet, at least. And now it's Villese. Again, Aztecs and Celts left in this draft, just like the draft of the last set. Yo had both of these Civs left, so probably it's going to be Aztecs. So Aztecs, Vietnamese, my guess. Unless Villese is like, I'm going to go YOLO. But that's not really Villese's style, is it? You know, he's more, at least if I trust what other casters say, he's more like a... You know, like in the box kind of player. Like he is not a very like he doesn't like the out there strategies so much, but he's really good when it comes to the established strategies. So it's every player has their own strengths and you know, things that they don't like to do. And again, that's from what I've seen from Villese. You know, it's been very straightforward so far. You know, like, and that's good. He's very good at it. I mean, anything I'm saying here is not a criticism at all. Anyway, let me get this game up. Game 5. Anyone hyped? Now you're all supposed to say, yes, I am hyped. Not with that voice, though. That was not the weird voice, by the way. Just saying. My weird voice is way worse. Way worse. And apparently half the people in here are saving up their points, their spoils of war, just so that they can hear my weird voice. Darn you people. Any case, welcome to the 5th game. 5th game. Again, a second set that goes to 5 games here. You know, between Slam and Villese, it is a tie, obviously. And either player could win this set as well, and it's going to be something. We've got, Japanese for Slam. I thought it was going to be Vietnamese. But Japanese, I like that. I do. Exactly if you're up against Aztecs as well. Ooh. Villese, well, I mean, has gone for Aztecs. This was, I figured as much. I didn't think it was going to be Celts. You know, he might have tried Celts if it was like he had 1-2 games and then the 3rd game he might have gone for Celts, you know, just to try it. But when it's a 5th game between Celts and Aztecs, yeah, I'd pick Aztecs as well. As Villese is also laming a little bit. He's trying to snipe a villager that does not have loom over here, that was trying to go for the rhino. Stealing these goats, very nice. But yeah, we'll have to run away now because the scout is getting close as well. As Villese, I hope he wasn't trying to lame here. No, but he's going to try to kill this scout, which is something, right? It's something. Of course, the Eagle Scout can easily kill the cavalry scout, the Scout Cavalry in the Dark Age. It's only in Feudal Age when that starts changing a little bit. Now, why you know, Vietnamese are a good Civ as well, right? They have decent infantry here, you know, like most upgrades, so it's definitely a possibility. But honestly, I guess I agree, actually, with Slam's pick here. Because he probably is suspected, I'm going to be up against Aztecs. Out of the two, which one would I pick? I would pick Aztecs, right? That's what he says to himself. And what civilization does the best job at countering what Aztecs do? It would be Japanese. Because Vietnamese, yes, they counter archer civs, but they're not like anything special against eagles. But Japanese infantry absolutely destroys, wrecks everything else. Everything else. Like, Goths don't even like to fight Japanese infantry. It's not a good fight for them. Japanese infantry attacks faster. You can actually see that if we get to see some infantry at some point, I can click and show you the attack speed as well, which is lower. If you thought the longswords from Doubt were devastating to Yo's Eagles in the previous set, you will see longswords from Japanese, very dangerous. And this might honestly be the first time that Slam's gonna make some archers here. Although, no wait. Hang on. One thing that I learned watching Virgo Cup, because a few teams did it here and there, Japanese actually get all their upgrades on the cavalry archers. Every single one. Slam, he's not gonna go cavalry archers again, is he? Against an eagle Civ. Is he? Like, that's 5 games in a row. Bro. Like, there's such a thing as being predictable, you know? I mean, it has worked half the time, but still. That'd be hilarious, though. I mean, again, Japanese get all the upgrades on cavalry archers. If you want to go cavalry archers with Japanese, you can. It's not like they're generic, fully upgraded, but still, fully upgraded. As for, we should probably look at their base as well. Or on wood, though. That doesn't look like scouts. So that might be men-at-arms. Yep, this is men-at-arms. This looks like men-at-arms here. Because that villager would, you know, someone should be collecting 10 gold there if it's a drush. I think that's men-at-arms. Japanese men-at-arms are beastly strong. Because remember, they attack faster, so they're really strong indeed. I like that it goes up in front of the gold, because that's a forward gold for Slam. Looking at these other golds out here and out here. So Slam's golds, again, not very good here. Yeah, King of the Desert for Arabia tends to generate these gold forward, honestly. As Slam is pushing in his zebra, obviously. Naturally, right? Naturally. And he's really good at it as a result, because he likes to do it. Yep, that's men-at-arms. That's sure right now. Not that Villese knows something about it. He was actually... I'm not sure what he was planning to do. Maybe, like, harass the scout a little bit while it was going for... trying to push. As Slam is trying to stop this eagle. He's trying to trap the eagle as well. Oh, eagle! It has to run into the TC now. It has to run into the TC. Slam is like, yeah, trap the eagle. Another gate? Something? Gate over here? House? Something? Okay, well, if Villese goes away. But in all this confusion, he hasn't actually seen his barracks yet. So, if Slam keeps chasing him now, which he can with the scout, if Villese doesn't check the front to see the gold, then he might actually not know that men-at-arms coming out. Oh, but the Eagle Scout's still stronger than the Scout Cavalry, and now he sees the militia. Yeah, so the Eagle goes down, but he knows now what's coming. And what's Villese doing? Yeah, he's going to counter with his own men-at-arms. Or not. No, actually, it's just archers. Never mind. Archers. The straight archers for the Aztec player here. It's risky, because... But at least he knows that the men-at-arms are on their way, but they're still Japanese men-at-arms. Knowing it doesn't make it any better. They're still scary. As for Villese's base, let's have a look at that. We got a forward secondary gold. The main gold is in the back on top of a hill, so you cannot see that. That kind of sucks. You know, but it is in the back. At least there's that. Also has a back gold, you know, behind. You know, it's kind of open down here. But hey, it's open. We have a almost looks like a little lake down there. Looks kind of pretty. Man, I missed all those pawns. It makes the map look so more makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, but less walling in his wood line, you know, to keep himself safe. Let's see if Slam gets Wait, did he still not make a barracks? Oh, I thought he would make that barracks, like, you know, when he's about to click up here, but I guess he did not make the barracks, and that was some delay there. Yeah, nice catch there. And that's a problem, because the men-at-arms are here, and they are going to be men-at-arms, and they will be able to get this house down quite quickly. If Villese had militia as well, I could show the difference in attack time, and I guess you can see it right there. There you go. 2 minus 0.5. There you go. So they attack every 1.5 seconds. They attack. Click. Yeah, see, that's much faster than normally. So these men-at-arms are way stronger than they usually could be. But if they're still stuck attacking the palisade wall, that gives Villese a lot of time to get his archers out. And oh, look at that! It's an archer! People are making archers. What is this? Is this the new meta? What? This set has been amazing though. Not a single archer. Unless I must have missed it or somewhere early in the game, but I'm pretty sure Slam didn't make a single archer. He's always gone straight into CA. Always made skirmishers to defend himself in feudal age, or scouts and spearmen and things. Never an archer. And now both of them are going to go archer. Perfect. I mean, I expected as much, right? Because Japanese, well, I mean, they're not known for their scout play. They have bloodlines. Again, they have a very open tech tree, except, you know, late game cavalry is not really their thing. Aztecs, of course, can't make scouts, so it's definitely going to be archers for them. Or skirmishers, but preferably archers, right? So seriously, the first game we're going to get an archer play here by both players. Wow. Funny. Anyways, both players at, yeah, it's the same number of villagers. Slam is walling up his base quite well here. He's going to go for, you know, the smaller walls. His gold is not the safest in the world, but the way he has walled around it definitely makes it more safe than it could have been. As he is sending his archers all the way around to the north side. A side that the Villese has walled. You know, Villese has gone for for the small walls, right? It's small walls. But he's kept. The men-at-arms are still alive. They can still punch through houses here. And still punch through houses. They do 7 damage to that. Yeah, 6 plus that 1, the -1 attack there. Or -1 melee armor. At the same time, Villese bringing his little group of archers all the way to the other side of the map, trying to hit a wood line. Oh, Slam, he's not fully walled yet. Slam. Slam! Oh, you gotta see this! You have to see this! Slam! Oh, no! Oh, disaster, and Villese is like, that's a nice cute little hole, thanks for that, and runs in with 4 archers with fletching. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Slam immediately has to send back his reinforcement, but remember, he is busy attacking the front as well. Villese, you know, he is paying attention to this, is defending with skirmishes at the same time, while also attacking the wood line. Dodging a shot from the TC so he doesn't take too much damage there. And another villager could go down here. Okay, now it's 3 versus 3 archers there. Villese snipes an archer, gets in close as the villager is helping with the fight. I think focus the villager down, maybe. Yeah, focus the Vill. Shoot it. Okay, no. Villese is gonna run away then. Just gonna be annoying. Okay, that was good defense there for Slam. Didn't lose too much. Only 2 villagers down so far. And Villese, though, has kept his the north side of his base safe, so the men-at-arms are not able to do much right now. I mean, Japanese men-at-arms are very, very strong, but only when they really get into a wood line, for example, as... No. Oh, it looks like a hole! I know that Slam thought it was a hole as well. Yeah, me and you both, Slam. Me and you both. I think there's like a tree behind that. Yeah, I thought there was a wood line as well, but it's not open. It's not open. It looks very open, but it's not. Well, so far, Slam a little bit on the back foot. It's 36 villagers for Villese, 32 for Slam, and neither side has a wheelbarrow. And Slam also had a bunch of idle TC time to boot. So, yeah, he's definitely a bunch of villagers behind now. 5 in total, actually. That's a significant, that's a big deal at this time. It just means that Villese will be able to field way more army than Slam will. And Slam, man, it's like he can't go for cavalry archers, he's getting nerfed. It wouldn't surprise me if he's still going to do it in the next stage. Oh, Slam. Now, let's see. Skirmishers coming forward as well. Now, the men-at-arms can be used against the skirmishers, but they're not very fast, and that's a problem, right? They're not very fast. They don't move very fast, and as a result, they can't chase these skirmishers down. Skirmishers move faster. Yeah, yeah, right there. That's a movement speed right there. So if you can tell between the men-at-arm and the skirmisher, let me click it. Click. There we go. See, men-at-arms can never chase down any of these units. They're all faster. That's why they're a counter to men-at-arms. You micro well, they should never be able to get through it. So there's a hole there. Oh, there's a hole. Asian houses, man. Every time. Always the Asian houses. I don't know what it is, but these bamboo things always makes it seem like there's no hole, but there is a hole. Also because of the hill, obviously. But, wouldn't be the first time that an Asian house has made it appear that there was no hole, and then there was in fact a hole. As Villese, runs in there with the skirmishers, and the men-at-arms actually getting some kills now, and Slam still forced to defend himself with just archers. Is gonna make some skirmishes of his own. He's about to click up, and Villese is already 1 minute of the way, and Slam is a minute behind to Castellate. And I wonder what he's gonna be doing in the next stage, as he's dropping a tower, probably recognizing, yeah, I'm not really winning this archer fight right now. I probably need a tower. I probably need a tower to defend myself, because if Villese gets here with crossbow, it's GG. Because I remember all the golds for Slam are? Yeah, exactly, outside of his base. That's a gold, and where's the other one? Wait, where's the other one? Oh, right there. Not safe, basically. It's another hole! Another hole, what? Oh god, I mean, walling on hills is a disaster, really. As Villese gets another kill and snipes a skirmisher as well. Oh god, that sucks. And Villese will also know now he can run right through there if he wants to with eagles, which for your information, he is making right now some eagles. And I wonder what Slam is going to do. He's still making archers. Build a second archer range, so I guess it's going to be archers for now. He might just stick with crossbows. Wow, that is so unlike Slam. It's just hilarious. If he makes cavalry archers this game, that'd be great. Because that means 5 games in a row he's gone for cavalry archers. Well, he's not making archers right now. Is there another archer range somewhere? No. Okay. Now he's making... Okay, he's making skirmishers. Never mind. Making skirmishers because there's already some crossbows from Villese on the field. And the problem is, you make skirmishers, you make archers, there's gonna be eagles. And once the eagles come out, it's just like... Yeah, you have to immediately go for some longswords here. And yeah, exactly. Man-at-arms coming out now for Slab, realizing that I cannot just go archers here. I have to make longswords as well against the eagles. So he needs something to deal with this crossbow army that has broken into the back of his base. He's getting his upgrades right now. Crossbow 5 seconds away. Dodging shots for now. Still good stuff. Their crossbow is now. Bot arrow in. Good. Now he can take the fight here. He should be able to clear this now. While the eagles are running in on the other side. So nicely done from Villese to attack right as Slam is busy fighting on the other side. And oh, Slam. 42 villagers for Villese, 37 for Slam. Slam is getting out his men-at-arms now. Not longswords just yet. That upgrade has gotten a bit cheaper, actually. So it's more affordable now. Which is nice if you're not Bulgarians and you get that upgrade. You don't get that upgrade for free. Of course, Eagle Warriors are expensive units, so it's very difficult to make both here. You're not Mayans, after all. Mayans get cheaper archers, so it's very doable. And especially because Aztecs create military units faster, so you actually need more resources to keep your barracks running. Oh yeah, Villese is going to run away for now. Is going to run away for now, and Slam is just going to defend his base. Now, Villese, recognizing that, yo, I did some damage here, he's going to drop a TC on one of these forward goals, you know, that aren't very safe. But there will be once you have a town center up. And I don't think that Slam is going to be able to threaten that, in any time soon. And also, we got some Aztec monks coming out at the same time. And the archer force for Slam. No, it gets caught off guard. Oh, it's all going to go down. Every single one of them. And Slam says, GG, what a heartbreaker. Oh, no. Oh, but congratulations to Villese. But I feel bad for Slam. Oh, he did so well, though. This was such a great set. Freaking cavalry archers. And then the one game he doesn't go for cavalry archers and then he gets destroyed. Oh, that sucks. But so well played by Villese, though. He did such a great job with the early attacks, and especially these freaking archers getting in through the house right there. That was a critical moment where Slam got behind in the few lates and then encapsulates. Yeah, Aztecs making it look easy, and it takes a while. It takes a while to get your to get your longswords out. And the critical thing is you have to keep the archer army around as well, because if your opponent makes some crossbows, your longswords are not going to live very long. Yeah. And Slam just didn't think he could do it. He was 10 villages behind, military control firmly in the hands for Villese. He might have been able to play on a little bit longer here, you know, because it is a 5th game, but he probably felt a bit demoralized. And man, he came so far. He came so far, but Villese narrowly escaping elimination here will go on to the next, well, at least will go get another shot to go on to the next round. He still has to win another game, which is going to be difficult, but hey, at least... You know, he's still in the tournament, but unfortunately for Slam, this is the end of King of the Desert for him. I am sorry to see him go, because he had a good run, by the way. He had a great run. You know, like the first... Of course, he lost the first group stage game. That's why he's in this game. But, yeah, during the round of 32 against Bact, great set from him. Great set, honestly. Very good performance. So, I think he can be proud. Going down to a strong player like Villese is not something to be embarrassed about, honestly. I think any one of us right now would probably feel the same way as well. And man, I guess he should have gone for cavalry archers after all then, huh? I don't think that would have been the right call against an Eagle Civ. I do not think that would have worked, but I don't know. But it kind of feels like it's so incomplete, this set, because we didn't see cavalry archers this game. I don't know. Anyway, let's have a look at the statistics here, shall we? You know, we can take our time now, because it's probably going to be like 10 minutes or so before the next set starts. The last set of the day, by the way, you know, between... Oh, I forget, but I'll look in a sec. Anyway, what we got, yeah, much better KD for Villese, especially finding those Vil kills, distracting Slam a little bit, making sure Slam could never really counter anymore after the early feudal age, and then catching that Archer army out. That was a disaster for Slam, absolute disaster. I'm not actually sure what it was doing out there. I didn't really see what the plan was, if it was going forward, if it was just patrolling, I don't know. But whatever it was, that was a disaster for Slam. Yeah, especially with the position he was in already. Yeah, Villese was also going to get his economy. He was going to get a way better economy as well, with more town centers, something Slam couldn't do. And yeah, at the end, Villese was definitely going like, yeah, micro those eagles, micro the crossbows. Well, GG. I mean, I would have liked. I mean, what I kind of wanted to see here was like a late game imp, right? That goes to 2 hours and it just never ends while the two players fight for their lives. But yeah, that's not always how a set ends. And of course, you know, it feels maybe a bit anticlimactic because it was only 25 minutes. But still, you know, well played by both players. You know, good luck next for Villese, because he's still not through to the next round. Still has to win one game here. And of course, for Slam, you know, be proud of your performance. You did really well, man. Really well. Good job. And definitely very entertaining with the freaking cavalry archers. Jeez.